Hello and welcome back to the Pen and Podcast. I am your host and co-host, Pen and Pant, and with me I have I'm shorting out right now. I can't think of a name.
Uh,
Eddie Eddington. How are you doing today, buddy?
whoa, that's me. What's up, Zach? How are you?
Not doing all right. Doing all right so far today. Uh,
Good, man.
got a lot of good stuff happening this week in the world of video games. A lot of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, absolutely, man.
How are you doing on this fine Sunday?
Doing pretty good. Let's see. Got to work this morning and came home. Now we're here. So, pretty
That's wild.
eventful,
It's wild you still work on
eventful day.
Sundays.
Yeah. Nobody wants to work on Sunday, but I'm the person who gets to work on Sunday. And I got scheduled alone again, which is fucking
Oh my
top
god.
tier, very fantastic,
That's
but
fucking
that's fine.
nice.
We're just gonna keep it pushing.
Pushing the P. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Well, my friend, what have we been playing slash doing this past week?
Well, something that we engaged with for like 2 hours or so.
Mm-hmm.
Played some Borderlands 1 together. That was fun. Um,
It was fun.
we're
I like
doing
that.
that in preparation for our uh, other special episodes for Borderlands. We're gonna do one about the other games in the series. We're gonna do an episode for each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be coming soon to those who are listening. Let's see. Did my first week of school this week. A little stressful.
Oh yes, yes.
Um,
How's that going?
yeah, just trying to get used to being on an extremely tight schedule with my training and whatnot. But with school comes the powerlifting club, which is super fun. I got to hang out with those guys and train with them. So that was interesting. Had a good first practice with them. And then,
What does practice entail for like a powerlifting team? I could
um,
probably guess, but I just wanted to.
right.
Are you lifting?
Well, it's very non-structural. So basically, you kind of just end up like you just do your own workout that you had already planned. But like if you want to work on form or anything like that, then you kind of like excuse me.
No worries. Sunday.
Work with the members, and like we work with form and stuff like that so we can help new lifters get better at their perspective lifts, and we also can like help people with programming advice and stuff like that, but mostly the practice is just like working out in more of a social way.
Yeah.
That's what I would consider it to be.
Does that practice replace your gym time that you do like by yourself now?
Yeah, just because, well, it's only 1 day a week.
Oh,
So, well, yes, it does replace that time. It's not like every day, you know?
okay. That's what I thought that was like. That was like how basketball practice was. If I'm remembering right. Fuck, was that every day, dude? I don't remember. Can you remember when I had basketball practice? Was that every day for me?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I
I
cannot
think maybe
remember.
5 days a week. I'm not
That's weird,
sure.
man. I don't know, but yeah, I was interested. Is it all dudes on your team? Or you got some women there.
We have, let's see, there's 20 members, but only like 10 of us showed up for the first practice. It was like seven or eight guys and four girls.
I don't know what's 10 of them didn't show up.
Yeah, yeah, that's a common occurrence according to my captain. Like most people don't really come; they just want to be in the club to be able to compete. But
Oh,
some
that's
people
dumb.
missed because like they had scheduling stuff. But whatever. I'll
Oh,
show
okay.
up for at least one a week. I know that for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I'm glad you're starting that out. It's something you want to do for a while, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. Being back with them, they helped me quite a bit with my stuff, so that was really nice. Yeah.
Good. It's good.
Uh,
How's your injury coming along?
Injury is getting really, really like lots of progress this week. I'd say like this week I was able to deadlift 135 for 4 sets of 5, which
All
is like a
right.
huge improvement.
All right. All
And
right.
then I was able to squat over 100 pounds for the first time this week.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Also, so we're getting a lot better with that. In addition, with the training stuff, because of the like how much more stressful everything got, um,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote myself a new training program that's like instead of 5 days a week, it's only 4,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a little bit more intensity. So um, yeah, but
Okay.
that'll help me like not re-injure myself and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about that. That should be fun.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, dude.
I'm planning on starting the program you wrote for me tomorrow.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
now feeling, 100% able
Oh yeah,
to.
your sickness is that gone? Yeah,
I would say it's completely gone
good.
right now. Well, like, was it Friday? I had to call off the morning shift just because I woke up and I have like a scratchy feeling in my throat.
Mm-hmm.
However, I
However,
I think it's because I sleep with my mouth open, like
uh-huh.
bad, bro. It's bad. I sleep with my mouth
Yeah,
open, like
I
just
know the
like
pain,
that.
bro. I
Oh
do
my
the
god!
same thing.
Like I don't know how to like counteract that.
Yeah, you can get like some people who have sleep apnea, they get like mouth tape. You like tape your mouth shut and then it
Tape my
forces you to
shit.
breathe with your nose. But you kind of have to acclimate yourself to that so you don't like suffocate in your sleep.
Oh my god!
So,
Jeez.
yeah, just like, do
Yeah.
it for just experiment with it with naps and then like also just practice more nose breathing in your regular everyday life. That's something I have problems with too, is my mouth breathing. I do the same thing.
I saw this thing on Amazon where it's like a reverse ski mask or something. It's like you put it on
Uh-huh.
and like your whole and like just it like pushes your chin up, but like you wear it on your head too. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah, I gotcha. So it's
Maybe
like a
that.
strap thing.
Yeah, it's like a
Huh.
head strap theme, a bobber, whatever. Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I haven't heard of that before, but maybe it'll work. I don't know.
hopefully. It
Yeah.
it sucks. I'll wake up in the morning with I can just immediately like taste that I had my mouth
Ugh,
open the whole time. It's like
gross.
I have to get a bunch of
Yeah,
water and just chug it to get that taste out of my mouth. So gross,
you're all
dude.
dry and shit. Yeah, that's no fun.
That's so gross. Anyway, like Eddie said, I played Borderlands 1 with him. We'll dive into our thoughts on like Borderlands 1 in depth when that episode comes out. I think did we say we wanted to do like a Borderlands 1, then 2, then pre-sequel?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, it follows the structure, right? We should do that.
yeah. I think so.
Been playing Borderlands 1. I had a couple times where I was playing that game, like not with you, but I was like, I bet I can 100% this game. It's not
Right.
that bad. And then I
Hmm.
got into like the game, and I'm like, I can see why I gave up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
You,
I get the feeling.
you ever go into a game thinking I will definitely 100% this game. This game is amazing, or like I could
Yeah.
definitely do it. It's not that bad.
Yep. That's what I wanted to do with Elden Ring. And then I got to play through 2 and I was like, "Oh god."
You
I
finished
got
playthrough
so
one?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh fuck,
I'm
dude,
I'm
no, you're
literally
done.
the only I just have to beat the final boss and play through 2 again, then I'll be done.
What? I
But
haven't even done playthrough one yet, bro.
oh yeah.
Fuck.
No, I was really good at that game.
I gotta get back to that. Think they'll do DLC for that game?
Oh god, I can't stop yawning. They've already announced it. Um, yeah, it's coming out like next year, probably.
Oh, shit, I gotta beat it before
It's
then,
gonna be a
man.
pretty long time though.
Fuck. Besides that, I have been. I got back into watching South Park.
Oh really?
Yeah, because my girlfriend has HBO Max, and so I've been using her account to watch it.
Yeah.
I missed South Park so much, dude.
Hell
It's
yeah.
hilarious. Like, no one is safe. No one is safe from South Park. I think is what you told me where one of the voice actors for the show, Chef. Do you know who
Yeah.
Chef is? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know about that story.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. So yeah, they're like, we're gonna make an episode about making fun of Scientology. Chef voice actor's like, what? Can't don't do that. I am part of that. You can't make fun of that. I'll quit. And they're like,
Yeah.
fucking quit, dude. We're gonna
Then
do
he
it.
did
Who
it
cares?
anyway.
And
Yeah,
they
that
just
was
killed off
funny.
his character.
Yeah. Exactly.
You should know, man. Don't mess with fucking Matt Park and Trey Stone. They don't give a fuck.
I'll fuck you up.
They do not give a fuck. And so when watching the show, I started playing the games again.
Oh
Specifically,
yeah.
the Fractured Butthole, which I had beaten. I think I beat this year. I completely
Hmm.
beat it. Amazing fucking game. I love that ending, dude.
Yep.
It's so hilarious. If you watch the show, oh my god.
Yeah. That's a
Fucking
cool game. Both of those games are cool.
and the Stick of Truth, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
bought that one on the bought that physically for the Xbox. I've been playing that again.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
100% that game because apparently you can do it in one playthrough.
Oh really?
And so yeah, since I already beat the game once, I guess I can like follow a guide this time. So I'm like, it doesn't really take away. How do you feel about like using a guide to beat a game? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, like if it's the first time that you're playing it, like I think you're kind of like, well, no, I can't say that because I use the wiki for Elden Ring basically my entire first playthrough, so I can't really say that. I think I think it's good because you get more out of the game than you probably would have thought there was in the game.
Yeah.
Like if you would have just done it by yourself, you know what I mean?
Hmm. I used a guide to I was planning on, I still plan to 100% Persona 4 Golden on the Vita. And so I used a guide for that. And, there's a couple, spoilers towards the end. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have used the guide. But then other parts, one of the ending for like the good ending in that game, there's a particular scene where you have to like click the right dialogue option like 5 or 6 times in a row. If you do it one of them wrong, you get the bad ending. And I did that the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the bad ending. Because it like skipped
That's
like
funny.
3 months after. And I'm like, what the fuck? I still had 3 months with my friends. What the hell? And like the
That's
killer
funny.
was still at large. I'm like, fuck. I did it
God
wrong. So I
damn it.
had to go back like an hour in my saves. Like I was
That's
clicking a
pretty funny.
bunch, like click, get past it, get past this. I had to use a guide, yeah, to finish that game, and I'm glad I did, honestly, because it's pretty good. It's a really good story, and I'm glad I used a guide. I'm gonna have to use a guide again to fucking get the platinum now.
Right.
Yeah, but other than that, not the sidetrack. Started playing a little bit of Dragon Quest 11. Did I talk about Dragon Quest 11 last episode?
I think you did a little bit, yeah.
And how like I said it took me like a couple of boot ups of the game, like playing a couple here and there to start getting into it.
Um,
That sound familiar?
maybe not. I don't think so.
Well,
I know you said so. I know you said the name,
yeah.
but
Well,
I don't know if you talked about it though.
I won't reiterate myself too much, but yeah, I reached a point in Dragon Quest 11. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I'm actually gonna play more
Hmm,
now.
okay, I
Yeah.
gotcha.
So yeah, keep on the lookout for that. Anyways,
Hell yeah,
and we're gonna move into the quick news section because
yes, sir.
our big news topics. I say this like I say like a couple. I said it a couple times. This might be our longest episode. It depends on how much we go in depth on the two big news topics this week.
Hmm,
But let's get right into the news.
hell yeah.
Ubisoft Plus is a subscription service of Ubisoft games, and it may launch on the Xbox console. Not on Xbox Game Pass, not to be confused. Like it may be an option for you to buy on the Xbox soon. And
Interesting.
little, not literally, but lately, Ubisoft games have not been hitting with me. I used to be such a Ubisoft, like I was waiting for the next Ubisoft game to come out, man. Assassin's Creed roped me in, bro.
Hell yeah.
And then the Far Cry games, actually not even the Far Cry games. It was only Far Cry 5. I played a couple, I don't even like an hour or a couple hours of Blood Dragon,
Hmm.
but Far Cry 5 is, I just like the setting. I heard that was taking place in Montana. It's about to be our rednecks and shit. I'm like, that sounds
Yeah.
fucking dope. I'm interested. I bought the steelbook and everything. I still have not
Yep.
played like all of the DLCs that came out with that
Oh,
game.
really? Damn.
Yeah, but fucking love Far Cry 5. I loved all. I don't think I have I have bad things to say about all the Assassin's Creed games, but like not overly bad for like
Right.
all Assassin's Creed games except for fucking Valhalla, dude. It took me like 90 hours to beat that game.
Jesus Christ.
The
90 hours,
the
bro?
main
What the hell?
story, I think it takes people like 50 to 70 hours, but like I did some side content
Wow.
too. Yeah, man. That game
Damn.
is
That's a
long,
long fucking time.
bloated, but it was Vikings, which pulled me in. And
Right.
it had a
For
similar
sure.
combat style to Odyssey, which I really liked.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I did sell that. I bought the collector's edition of that game, which I
Yeah.
didn't. I don't think I should have. Honestly, it wasn't worth it. I gotta stop doing that. But
That's
I've
funny.
done it anyways. I, I sold that off, and at times I find myself being like, I kind of want to go back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, low key, just to like mess around, like a mind numbing game, like just
Right.
want to kill some fucking British bastards, whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
But what do you think about this?
Um, I like Ubisoft to a degree, but not like recently. I'd say like in the older times. Like I really like most of the Assassin's Creeds. Um, I really like Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4. Both of those are really great. I didn't play that much of 5, and then obviously 6 I have not touched either. Um, but yeah, like Ubisoft Plus, it's kind of just like adding another subscription based service into the market. Obviously, like it already exists, but like into the Xbox market, let's say. Um,
Yeah,
so cool, but will I buy it? No. Ubisoft, they're decent. Let's
yeah.
just that's probably what I'll say with yeah.
This Ubisoft Plus literally means nothing to me because I've bought most of those. I bought like all of. I have all the Assassin's Creed games. I literally have all of them except for Valhalla now. Technically, I did have it.
Yeah.
I beat the game. Damn, dude. Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me. I have Far Cry 4 because it was like $12. All the Ubisoft games just go on sale super quickly.
Right.
And if I don't buy it there, I'm not gonna pay it $15 a month to play Ubisoft games. Be real with you. But
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
yeah, maybe this is like a marketing build up to they're having like a Ubisoft Play or whatever that you play stuff. They're
Mhm.
doing something in September with Assassin's Creed, and it's been speculated that there will be. So they're gonna have there's like an Assassin's Creed like online like always online game like Ubisoft. I don't remember, but it's always online game where they periodically a live service. It's a live service Assassin's Creed game where they like
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Okay.
yep, they'll periodically like release new stories, new assassins, depending on how large it can be.
Interesting.
But there's also another game in development of it's like a spin-off like Assassin's Creed that like actually goes back to the assassin roots, which is interesting. This is probably going to be revealed here in September, around the
Yeah.
corner. But also, I really wish they would remake Assassin's Creed 1. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
dude, I completely agree. I think that's one of the coolest stories. I love that game.
Oh yeah, and what games combat do you think they should base it off of for the remake if they did do it?
Um, well, I like 4 the best, so probably 4.
Or without the ship combat?
Yeah, minus the ships. I don't know, I kind of like the ships, but like obviously there are no ships in the first game, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
either way,
that combat system was just very fluid, man.
yeah,
It
they
didn't
did
take
well
much
with core.
skill, but it just
Uh-huh.
looked fucking cool. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Once they moved to Unity, that's when the combat got kind of weird
It did get
for
kind of
a
weird.
short. Yeah.
You know what's also weird? When they got to
Uh,
Unity, the parkour was like the best it's ever been in Unity. Like it's amazing.
yeah, that's true. It was very smooth. Yeah.
It's so
Unity
weird.
and Syndicate parkour were both really good.
Mm-hmm. You could just definitely
Yeah.
tell. Like those two games, like that just radiates PS4 and Xbox One energy. Like how those look.
Exactly. Yeah. They were great.
I do miss
So
all of them.
nice.
I do miss those. Hopefully, Assassin's Creed bounces back. But I mean, bounces back, but it's at Valhalla is like the best-selling game in Assassin's Creed history. They're gonna be doing this.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Oh yes, a GTA developer claims Rockstar has issued a copyright strike against his prototype videos. In a tweet, the developer, who is one of the founders of DMA Design, now Rockstar North, said, I see Rockstar going full fuckers mode again, issuing copyright strikes to any GT video they can find, including both my prototype videos. He goes on to say, so now they're trying to block all release of anyone's work on a game and any old development footage. Rockstar's very weird about this.
Yeah, it is kind of strange that like for their own company, like their own employees, they're being so strict with them. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Like they're obviously all under the same umbrella.
Yeah, and
So I don't know what the serious deal is here.
the video in question is it just showed off one of the original builds of a GTA like 1, like the top down GTA
Weird.
game. It's not even like what GTA looks like now. Like I don't know why
Yeah. It's
it's
not relevant to like a future release that is needing to be like saved or anything, but like
I Rockstar's they're just a weird ass company, man. They just do what they
yeah, they
fucking
are.
want, just like Nintendo.
Yeah, it's true because they know people are gonna buy it.
Oh, absolutely. GTA 6 is going to be the biggest game of this generation.
Oh yeah, it's
No
gonna
doubt
be.
about it. We said it
What?
before.
Oh, dude, I just thought of.
What?
Imagine if GTA 6 like a huge flop. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, I don't think that's possible.
Dude,
They're
just
putting all of Rockstar people on this game.
that's true. It's probably gonna be amazing, but like just imagine if they No Man's Sky us just like fucking terrible.
They cyberpunk us.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Get
dude,
cyberpunked.
what CD Project Red's stock price is 1/4 of what it was before
Oh
that game
my
came out.
god, are you serious?
It's
Wow.
bad, dude. They lost
That is
a
sad.
lot.
Wow.
I mean, it's like the
That
most.
is so sad.
They made a lot of like pre-orders and stuff, but like they knew what they were doing, with not showing any base Xbox One or base PS4 footage because it looks like complete shit. They wanted the pre-orders to stick.
Exactly. That
Hopefully,
was
I I,
Jesus, man.
I don't think Rockstar's gonna do this, man. I think
I don't
they're
think
gonna
they'll mess
hit.
up either, but
I don't think they're gonna
yeah,
do it though. Like they're gonna.
I
Oh,
don't
it's
know.
set in Miami. We already covered this. That's right. How big? They go into more buildings. What do they do?
No, man. I don't know what they can do with it. Hopefully, they'll just put a lot of thought into it, and if they need to delay it, they delay it
True.
instead of like releasing it half finished and then fucking it.
Mm-hmm. Probably should have did this news article after the Ubisoft one, but Ubisoft denies suggestion it could be making a Blade game. An actor's Instagram post raised questions. Ubisoft released a statement denying claims. Oh, by the way, I'm reading this all on Video Games Chronicle.
Yeah,
BT Dubs. Ubisoft could be working on a game starring Marvel superhero Blade, it's been claimed. YouTuber Jor Raptor. Oh my gosh. This guy. Jor Raptor. He does make some good content. I used to watch a bunch of his stuff for Assassin's Creed, man, I'll be honest.
Never heard of this guy.
I watched a lot of his stuff. Anyway, he noticed that a recent Instagram post could indicate that the publisher is working on a game based on Marvel's vampire superhero. Edwin Gaffney, who previously starred in Detroit Become Human, recently posted an Instagram photo of himself and fellow actor Alex Martin. But afterwards, Ubisoft made a tweet saying, "Sorry to slice up the rumors. We're not making a Blade game, but we can't wait to see what our friends at Marvel Studios are cooking up for next year's movie." It's interesting. Interesting.
That's a funny tweet. I like that.
Yeah. Interesting how they respond. Usually, if they're involved, they'll just ignore it or something like that.
That's right. Yeah.
But since they came out and said no, that makes me think that they're working on something else with Marvel, and not to get so it doesn't get
Possibly.
confused with Blade.
Yeah. Maybe.
Interesting,
Huh.
the leaks business with video games.
Yeah. I feel like Marvel. I don't know if there's ever been like a massive Marvel gaming related leak. So I feel like they're pretty tight
They are
about
pretty
their
tight.
stuff.
There's the
Yeah.
Black Panther thing.
That's true.
We still have
Yeah,
no
we did
idea if
talk about
that's.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea if it's going to be. We've heard nothing about it, but it's been leaked
Yeah.
by Jeff Grubb.
Yeah. I don't know. Disney has a lot of power, so I'm sure they could like choke Ubisoft out to say, "Hey, you better not talk about that."
Fucking talk about it, you fucking
Yeah,
dumb
don't fucking say
Ubisoft.
anything, damn it.
You dumb Europeans, don't fucking talk about our shit.
This is America.
I actually think they have studios in America. JK.
They probably do.
What do you think of a Blade game? How would that look?
I don't really know too much about Blade. Wasn't there a movie in the 80s with that one dude? I can't remember his name. Wesley Snipes.
I think that was in the early 2000s.
Hold on. I want to Google that real quick. Pretty sure he played Blade.
What would you think?
Sure.
You think they would follow like a Ninja Gaiden kind of like?
I've never played that.
Okay, let's see. Do you know what Devil May Cry is?
Yes, that I know. So
What
like
do you
a
think of that?
slasher game.
A slash, because I mean he has a big ass
Yeah.
fucking dope sword and he kills vampires.
Yeah, that's probably the vibe. I would agree. Yeah.
That
So
would be
yeah,
dope.
it was Wesley Snipes in the three movies, 1998 to 2004.
Oh dang, 3 movies. That's crazy.
Blade 1, 2, 3.
I'm surprised they made 3 of them. Well,
Yeah. Well, it seems to have. I know Blade's a pretty well-known movie, so I'm assuming that a game is not too. Oh, I just had a thought actually. What if Ubisoft here is alluding to a Blade movie remake, and then they're going to make a game based off this movie because they said, can't wait to see what our friends at Marvel Studios are cooking up. So maybe they're teasing the fact that Marvel might be coming out with a Blade movie.
It has
and
been
then they're going to make a game.
announced that there is a Blade movie.
See, look at that.
So yeah, it was announced a while ago, and there's actually a little cameo in the Eternals movie at the end. You don't see Blade, but you hear the actor that's been confirmed for Blade. So
okay.
This, I think they are making a Blade game. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility because Blade is easily a video game. You could easily make a Blade video game that's good.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ubisoft just isn't making it right now. That kind of sounds like what it is.
Yeah, they're either not making it now, or somebody else is making it, and they were told, deny the rumors because you're not fucking making this game.
Right.
That's what I think. All
That's
right.
it.
On to our main news topics. That was our quick news. Low-key took a while, but it's okay. Valve booklet appears to confirm plans for future Steam Decks. Have you seen Steam Decks? Have you heard about this?
I have heard of this. It's kind of like it's like a what do you call it? It's like a platform kind of attached to your PC in a way, I think.
It is a mobile PC gaming device.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting to. Yeah, so it's kind of like the Steam console. You remember that from a few years ago?
I
They were
do
trying to like,
remember Steam console.
yeah, this seems like their new answer to that. Um, Valve is weird, and I've done so much research on that company and like learned so much about them, and they're such like a weird, like the way that their corporate structure works. They don't have like managers or
No?
like bosses or anything. So it's very strange. Basically, what they do is they kind of just have this like free flowing environment in which people kind of just decide what they want to work on when they want to work on it.
Fuck.
And that's really it. It's very strange.
That's that's weird. I mean, the number one PC freaking what platform. I just like Nintendo. I mean, they'll do what they want, but it's interesting. I saw like a Steam Deck when it first like was announced. I'm like, a mobile PC device. You can play PC games on the go. That's weird. Interesting. Would you ever get a Steam Deck if you presented the opportunity? Because I know they're like sold. They're kind of like sold out right now of pre-orders, and people are still waiting to get theirs. Oh, do we lose Eddie? Give me 1 second. Well, I'm gonna keep going with the news article. Valve has appeared to confirm future iterations of its Steam Deck handheld are being planned. As spotted by Gaming on Linux, a new Steam Deck booklet refers to follow-ups to Valve's handheld, which was released earlier this year. The Steam Deck has proven extremely popular, with the company still fulfilling pre-orders at the time of this writing. Like I was saying, Steam Deck represents the first in a new category of Steam handheld gaming PCs, the booklet reads. Quote, in the future, Valve will follow up on this product with improvements and iterations to hardware and software, bringing new versions of Steam Deck to market. Interesting. So they're planning on making multiple Steam Decks with like how like Nintendo does with the many Switches and its many DSs. And it's interesting how the first this is the first iteration. They're already planning new ones. It's sold very well. I'm excited to see what they do with it. Eddie, I think we still lost. Oh,
Hello?
oh, hello.
We're back.
There
I
you
don't know what
go.
happened. I just died.
All right. Well, I was just talking about the Steam Deck, and I left off on would you buy a Steam Deck if presented? And
Yeah.
you
Um,
would.
no, 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 no. I would not.
Do
Well,
not.
okay. Let's change the scenario. If I had money, which I don't,
Yeah, if you had money.
um, I probably still wouldn't.
No.
um, so even in a world in which I had the money for a Steam Deck, I probably wouldn't, just because the fact it feels too non-traditional, as in like if I want to play a PC game, I want to play it at a PC.
Hmm.
Um, like I'm not a fan of like mobile gaming. Generally, when I'm not in a place in which I can play video games, I want it to be like that. Like I don't want to play video games if I'm away from my house. Like I don't want to bring it around with me or anything like that. I kind of like to save gaming for like those relaxing times. So having the Steam Deck to like bring my PC with me everywhere. If I was like a super hardcore PC guy, then sure. But like just for my
Yeah.
opinion, probably not.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of follow the same thing. I have
Right.
like I have like very a handful of PC games on Steam, and like most of them are got in a little bundle of Star Wars games. I have like Jedi Knight 1 and 2, KOTOR 1 and
Mm.
2, some other shit. But I only bought those because I thought at some point I would play those, and I still haven't. I think I bought those like 3 years ago. I still have not played any of those on the PC. Okay, I did play Jedi Academy for like 30 minutes. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd rather play like a Switch or something. But I heard that this is like technically you could dock the Steam Deck and like just play it on a monitor. it's like it's like a PC you can
Oh,
bring anywhere.
very interesting.
Yeah,
It
and
makes me wonder how they could fit that much power into such a small little thing.
it's
You know,
huge. Look up pictures of it next to a Switch. It's massive.
is it like the size of a keyboard? Because that's kind of what I'm getting from these pictures. It's like
If
fucking big.
if you don't have like the number pad like on the side, I would say
Uh,
it's about like 80% the size of a keyboard.
wow, that's fucking cool.
But I also
Damn,
have not held a Steam Deck in my hand.
right. Yeah, I think that's kind of an awkward size, to be 100% honest. That's gonna kind of further my don't want to buy it vibe. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be like carrying like a 1/3 size laptop around with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's a little strange. I
it
don't
is
know about
awkward.
that.
If I traveled a lot and I had a lot of PC games, then maybe. But
Yeah,
but I've also seen pictures of people using the Steam Deck as a DS emulator, where like the screen, like the bottom half of the DS would be the actual Steam Deck, and they play on their PC.
interesting.
I was like,
I kind of like that.
that's a good
That's
idea.
kind of cool.
It's
Yeah,
really
see
good
that?
for emulators, like a GameCube emulator on
Yeah,
that. So that's what I would use if I had the option to buy it. That is what I would use it for, a emulator
yeah,
machine, because I don't have
yeah. It
many
has some
PC
kind of
games.
it has the benefit of adding like a double screen kind of vibe. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Play
like
Wii U
that.
games on it.
Yeah, some more like functionality. So maybe like a developer could have an interesting idea that requires a Steam Deck attached to a monitor. That could be kind of cool. But I doubt that that would be a very big market or a thing that many companies would pursue because I really don't foresee this thing doing that well. But like,
Oh, dude,
I'm sure it'll sell. But
it's extremely popular. Like it's still fulfilling.
really,
Yeah, before you disappeared, it
well,
fulfilled pre-orders. It's still fulfilling pre-orders at the time that's running. People are waiting like for their
wow,
like they had pre-orders and like you won't get yours till Q3/Q4, of this year. I'm like that's
yeah,
crazy, man.
yeah.
People
I
are
do forget
hyped
that
about
it's
it.
Valve, and Valve, anything that they do, they get tons of money always. So
Always, it's crazy,
yeah,
bro.
so good for them. Glad they're doing well. Maybe we'll get Half-Life 3 someday.
Never, bro.
Someday.
I
Never.
haven't even played Half-Life.
It's a great game. You should do it.
Is
One
is
of the
one and
first.
two on the orange box?
Just two.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, maybe it's pretty cheap, right? I mean, maybe I play it.
it's got to be cheap as hell. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Half-Life 1 came out like 1998, so just be prepared.
What? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I play games from then. Probably
yeah,
not PC games. Will not
yeah.
be accustomed
But
to that.
yeah, like in my opinion, like Half-Life 2, like visually and performance wise, like I enjoy playing that more than some modern games that run like shit. Like they might look better, but they run like ass. So
Hmm.
I think Half-Life 2 was like 10, maybe even 15 years ahead of its time and like what it could do for like visuals and like
Wow.
performance. Yeah. Like I go to that game like I'm kind of a performance snob and not a graphic snob, but like a performance snob. Like if the game runs bad, I don't want to play it. So
Hmm.
having that game as like one of my first examples of like what a good running game is like, because I was like the first FPS I ever played. It
Yeah.
was Half-Life 2, BioShock, and Serious Sam. Those are my first three first-person shooters. And Half-Life 2 has been my standard for gaming performance since I played it first when I was 5 years old. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, and I'll never forget it. I still play it like regularly. I'll play it maybe once or twice every
Hmm.
year or so. So, yeah, that
Dang.
game is like the standard for like what a good running game, what a good finished product should be like. So,
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking games recently. They're just not finished and they run like shit and they rely on
exactly.
patches from the future to, make it
Hmm.
better. I hate that, man. It's like one of the
Right.
reasons why I was gonna say like a Switch cartridge. Everything is on the fucking cartridge. So once you put it in, you have the finished product.
Exactly.
But like a recent example, have you seen the reviews for like Saints Row, the most recent Saints Row,
Yeah,
2022?
didn't that like just come out?
Yeah, it apparently
Yeah,
fucking sucks.
yeah, like bombed kind of hard. Like, yeah, like it was getting like 60s on
Oh,
critic
dude, yeah,
platforms. Like it was bad.
it's like bad dialogue too. I think on the same level as Tiny Tina's.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, not to get too off topic, but
Right.
our next news story: Naughty Dog has confirmed that The Last of Us Part One's accessibility features. Now, this might not seem like news, but I wanted to generate a topic of discussion about this. So, including audio descriptions for cinematics and haptic feedback for dialogue. Following an earlier leak, the studio has confirmed how the upcoming Last of Us remake expands on the award-winning accessibility options included in 2020's sequel. We're expecting this to be an accessible experience for blind players, for deaf players, for players with motor accessibility needs, game director Matthew Gallant said in a PlayStation blog post. Quote, the biggest new feature we have are audio descriptions for cinematics. We partnered with Descriptive Video Works, a professional service whose background is TV, movies, and video game trailers, and integrated it into the cutscenes across all our localized languages. Quote, another which started as a prototype but ended up being really successful, during playtesting is a feature that plays dialogue through the PS5 DualSense controller as haptic feedback. That way, a deaf player can feel the way a line is delivered, can feel the emphasis along with subtitles to give some sense of how that line is delivered. Gallant previously worked on The Last of Us and Uncharted 4 before rising to lead systems designer on The Last of Us Part 2 and co-heading the sequel's inclusion of over 60 accessibility features. I'll have to take care of. But
um,
Last of Us Part 2, like the accessibility is insane. I'm happy that
right.
like they're just making it accessible for all people who want to play the game. But I saw something else too that like I want to just talk about. If I could find a full list, is included in the PlayStation blog post. Okay, I'm gonna go there.
There you go. Yeah. No, I think yeah, adding I recently saw something. This is kind of like an off topic, not really off topic, but essentially, I have seen this dude who he's a quadriplegic, quadruple amputee, and he plays Warzone and he like streams it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he has an adaptive controller that he can use, like what's left of his arms.
Yeah.
Like with the controller, and then he controls the rest of it with his mouth.
Oh.
And basically, by blowing or sucking air into this mouthpiece, he can control different buttons, which I think is the coolest shit ever. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that is so
That's.
rad. But I think, yeah, accessibility in terms of like helping people of all like levels of ability play games is like really awesome because I'm very much aware that adaptive technology, like adaptive controllers and adaptive screens and stuff like that, I know that can get pretty expensive. So adding baseline accessibility features within the game at its base price is like completely amazing. I think that's amazing. So
I'm gonna send you on Discord the website for all like it's a fucking lot of accessibility. They've accessibility features. But just to I want to talk about like one of the features is skipping the puzzle option. And it's under the vision accessibility preset. So basically you could skip the puzzles on like how to like basically like one of the main staples of the game. You're just totally skipping it. Now,
right.
like I saw a lot of questions, not questions, but like a lot of discussion on like Twitter, and of course it'd be on Twitter. But people like upset on how like the difficulty is pretty much just going out the window with games recently, and this is like one of the examples: skipping the puzzles, no difficulty trophies. So people enjoy hunting for platinums, and taking the difficulty achievements out of it just, I guess, really upset them. And low key, I have seen I've looked up some trophies to be like, okay, like for example, Persona 4 Golden doesn't have a difficulty achievement, so I put it on very easy. And then there's still sometimes that game was a little challenging, but for the most part, it's fucking easy as hell. Now, what do you think about this? Should more games be accessible, or is there a line that should be crossed whether or not a game, like, is this for everybody? You know what I'm trying to say? Uh-oh, folks, we lost Eddie again. He's having some technical difficulties. I'll read some of some of the features I saw in The Last of Us Part 1. I think all games should really include accessibility options, because everybody is not perfect. And so, you know, having the option to do these things is good. Nope, he left a Discord call. We'll be expecting him back shortly. Oh, it's him back. Let me see. So, pick up notifications. I use like subtitles. If a show does not have subtitles or a movie, I straight up don't watch it at all.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ, that is embarrassing. I'm sorry.
No
Okay.
worries. No worries. We're just talking about the accessibility features, and then I asked the question if the game should be, you know, if a game or most games, is there a line where it's, you know, too accessible? It's making it too easy, because I don't know if you heard, there is an option in The Last of Us Part 1's feature list where you could just skip puzzles.
Yeah, I was there for that. Yeah. So my answer is, just from my point of view, if the game is too easy, I find no joy. So like with Wonderlands, I barely found any joy because it was just so fucking easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So um with I think if the accessibility features are inside the menus, like hidden away, as in people who do have accessibility issues, they would go to the settings menu to look for those options. I think they belong in the options menu, but I don't think that there should be like a choose your difficulty, play the game without puzzles type of vibe. You know what I mean? Like where
Yeah.
you can choose that as like every player is offered that option. I think that should be kind of buried in the settings, because it seems like if they're really trying to do it for accessibility purposes, that's where it belongs. It doesn't belong as a main feature. The difficulty in terms of like removing certain things, that shouldn't be a main feature that everyone sees. um, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's going to be under an accessibility like tab, not under like
Hmm.
options. I think options will be something, you know, like sound, you know,
Right.
too loud, too quiet. But
Yeah.
some of these options, another one is lock on aim and auto target. So, you know, like, what is it called? Um COD players use it for like
Yeah.
cheating.
Aim assist.
Aim
Yeah.
is pretty much, you know, aim assist, like it just locks onto the headshot,
Yeah.
boom, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
And I
I'm
got some
looking at
more
some
here.
down here
Yeah,
in
you
the
see them?
combat accessibility. Like,
Infinite breath, ledge guard. So like infinite breath, you know how like you hold your breath in like COD to
yeah.
sniping. It's basically holding
Right.
it forever.
Yep. Yep.
Then there's
Yeah.
ledge guard.
There's some down here, like hostages don't escape, allies don't get grabbed, enemies don't flank, reduced enemy perception. And then this is the most criminal one: reduced enemy accuracy.
Oh
So just turning
no.
enemies into stormtroopers. criminal. I think, yeah, like this belongs in a menu of its own, but like in terms of like as a main difficulty selection at the beginning of the game, it should not be there.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing that. I think it'll be under. uh, I think it'll be under like the accessibility
Yeah,
tabs under like pressing start or whatever. But yeah, a lot of games have been. I think PlayStation. I saw this. I saw this on a podcast. I think the Weapon Whale podcast, but where he said I haven't looked into it. PlayStation first party games are there. It's basically a requirement saying you cannot put difficulty achievements in the game. So like,
weird.
and if they do, or like in the trophy list, if they do, it has to be a separate trophy list so it doesn't hamper their ability to get the platinum.
Wow. I don't like that. Platinuming something should be hard. That's the point.
Exactly. It's that thin line. Or like, well, if you're saying it's too hard,
Yeah.
then like, well, what about the people who can't do that? Like
Yeah.
accessibly.
Well, the other thing I believe, unfortunately, is that, you're not meant to have everything in the world. That's just how life works.
I
You're
saw
not
that
meant to
too. Yeah.
win everything. You're not meant to get everything you want just because you're in a certain position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 That's just like cut and dry. Sorry, bro. I don't get everything I want, so you don't either. you know,
Yeah.
that's
It,
that's
it,
kind of how I feel about
it's for those who
that.
strive beyond, like
Right.
just beating the game.
Exactly. It's the people that want to fucking go for it, dude. For sure.
Oh
Do it.
yeah. Like, um, I platinum a game this year, Tales of Arise. It's like a JRPG, and
Hmm.
like the whole time I was playing. I wasn't playing on the hardest difficulty, and I had no idea about there was literally no difficulty achievements. And so when I found that out, like
Mm.
30, 40 hours in, I was like, fuck. I
God
went to the
damn it.
menu
Yeah.
and put on very easy because like, why should I break
Oh,
my
I
back
see.
over trying to get the platinum for this if
I gotcha.
playing on hard doesn't mean shit, or playing on
Right.
casual doesn't mean shit.
I agree. Yeah. I think even then, I'm still gonna make myself play at least on the normal, because when I go too easy, then it just like then I
Yeah,
don't get any like challenge leads to fun for me.
yeah,
So
I
yeah.
understand that. Yeah, for sure. Like, if I can think of like a hard game that can you think of like a game that you're pretty good at it because and it's difficult like generally. How would you like feel if like they're just like it's say in Elden Ring they put difficulty options?
That would ruin the game.
It would ruin the game. That's not what the game's
I'll
about.
say that
Yeah,
easily. Yeah. The whole point of it is it's challenging and rewarding because it's challenging. That's the whole point.
yeah.
That's it.
Like what you're saying, how you're not meant to have everything. That's true. Like, and people just want everything. We're in the era of participation medals, and I
Yeah.
hella see that. I remember in karate, I was in a tournament, and I lost, and I
Yeah.
still got a medal for it. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? I fucking
Yeah.
lost. Why should I
Right.
get
I
this?
lost. Yeah. Yeah.
And there were times I got first place, and there's times I got third place.
Yeah.
And I
See, but
what? Keep going.
it doesn't mean as much like that. The medal doesn't, it
I threw
loses
it away. I
its
threw away my
value.
participation
Yeah.
medals. Like it means nothing.
Yeah.
But
It's
people are just
silly.
being too like not to take too much from South Park, but PC. You know,
Yeah.
it, it's a thin line because you'll definitely get called
Right.
out for it over this. Like, well, you're just ableist or whatever. I think that's the right word. Is that
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not buying this game for $70. I'm straight up. I'll pay because I played the remastered version on PS4. I know we already talked like a bunch about this. I think it was the first episode too. We were
I
talking about The
think you're
Last of
right.
Us. Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. I'll pay like $40 most because it's definitely not
Yeah.
worth seventy
70 is
dollars.
fucking insane, bro. Like, come on.
It adds a
Like, come
lot,
on, man.
but it's not they're not adding the combat features of The Last of Us Part Two because Part two's combat is way better than the first games. Like, there's proning, and there's
Mm,
dodging. There's not that in this game. You gotta get fucking hit, man.
right,
Aim well or
exactly.
don't fucking die.
Aim well or get fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just taking that option away. So
Yeah.
moving on. Moving on. Let's see. Yes, I thought this was funny. So
Oh yeah.
we talked about this
I have
before
comments
too.
about this too. Yeah, I have comments about this from.
Six
Yeah.
weeks after release, Netflix's Resident Evil series has been canceled. The streaming giant has
No.
reportedly decided not to order a second season.
So sad.
According to Deadline, the decision to cancel the show a month and a half after its release was likely due to disappointing viewing performance relative to cost. Resident Evil debuted on streaming service in July and soon after received terrible audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes, which were among the lowest for any Netflix video game adaptation. It's a very specific subgenre.
Yeah, that's a very specific category. I don't think there's many Netflix video game adaptations.
Yeah. Your
That's
your
funny.
comments on this?
So, I told Ishan about this, and he started watching it, and he actually likes it.
What?
I know.
He
He
likes
says he
Resident
likes
Evil.
it.
What?
Yeah, he likes the show. I think it's funny. Yeah,
You gotta break the
that's
news
what
to him,
he
man.
was. This was weeks ago, but like, yeah, that was funny.
Wow, people hate this show, man. It's like it's not even like polarizing. It's like 80-20. Like you
Yeah,
if you
it's
hate
like
it,
nobody liked it.
yeah,
Ishan's in the 1 out of 5,
he's
bro.
in the
Oh my
1%.
god, that's so funny. God damn it, that made me laugh. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I don't
Yeah,
really care. I'm glad it's gone. If it's getting that bad of a review, it's probably not that good.
you know, like I think it looks, visually,
Oh yeah,
graphically, it looks good.
that's that Netflix budget, man. You know they have a good budget, but like, you
Fair.
know,
Yeah, good budget,
and
bad
yeah,
writing, bad execution. Probably should have been under the quick news section. How fast we're going through that one, but I don't care.
right. Either way, it's still funny.
All right, I think I mentioned this before, but Game Pass Friends and Family reportedly discovered on Xbox back end. Microsoft recently announced a test for multiple user subs in Ireland and Colombia. I'm pretty sure we talked about this.
Did we?
I have a bad memory. But anyway,
I don't think we did. I'm pretty sure this is new to my
okay.
brain.
Okay. Well then Game Pass is going to be introducing a family plan. It's already starting to test it in different countries where Xbox isn't really huge.
Mhm.
But an Xbox Game Pass, a new tier of Game Pass Ultimate, which gets you the Game Pass and online. I think it's gonna be so you're gonna the Xbox Game Pass Insider Preview will allow users to in Ireland and Colombia to add up to 4 people to their subscription, all with their own unique access to Xbox Game Pass games, content, and benefits. So it'd be you and 4 people, in total 5. Would you be interested if us and the boys did a family plan for Game Pass?
For only it's only $10 more, right?
Um,
Because it says $25 here at the bottom.
that is a speculated price.
Ah,
Wait, so
okay.
wait, were this calculation to be replicated, that would amount to, yeah, I think we're gonna have to do a pretty sizable price
That
hike.
seems like barely any more money. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be at least 30. 25 seems
Yeah,
a bit low. Maybe not.
$30 a
I don't know.
month.
But yeah, I think it's a great idea for all of us to hop on the family pass. That would be great.
So $30 a month times 12, 360. Did I do the math right?
$30 a month. Yeah.
360, and if we're to divide that by 5 people, this is just for a year. Let me see.
Yeah.
360.
360 over 5. It's probably like a
72.
little under 80, like 75,
72.
I think. 82?
72.
72. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty
72 bucks
close.
a
Yeah,
month.
72. Yeah, that's actually great.
Is that worth it in your eyes for a whole family plan if everybody pays their own share?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, here's my one hang up. Not every house. So obviously the market for this is entire like actual families, not like groups of like bros. I mean, that's probably part of it, but like I I think that the average, what is the average American household? Is it 4 people or is it 5?
I think I think 4.
It's probably 4. That's my best guess because not everyone has that many kids. And I
Yeah.
think if there is a 5th member, that's like grandma or something, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, because whenever, like, if I have to think about the average American household, I think of Eli because it's, it's parents, 2 brothers, him and sister. So, like, that's just
Yeah.
like a lot of kids, you know what I mean? So, like, I reference that for what I'm thinking about here.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for that kind of scenario, yes, but like in my upbringing, it's just me and my mom. So like this would not be worth it for us. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's kind of I think if they base it on the average household, then it would be a success. But like in my circumstance, like if I wasn't friends with a bunch of gamers, it wouldn't really be worth it to me because like my family isn't like a big gaming family. Obviously, I would do it with a group of friends, but yeah.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. It seems like this is selective. Just like how I got 9 more people, or I don't think I asked you. So Nintendo does their little online subscription, and I think
Right.
I got a lot of, I think I got like 7 more people. I don't know what the family plan was, but basically it came out to like $10 a month for each person. And we get Nintendo online. We get NES, SNES, and Nintendo 64 games. And it's an online package. Cloud saves, trials, and stuff like that. It's only $10 a month. But yeah, if you don't have friends, it's kind of not for you.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't have friends or a gaming family, just
Yeah,
ignore it. It's not for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
you
don't
would
have
get it.
friends, if you don't have friends or family, so
Yeah.
that means you remember what that one dude, the Quantum TV guy said? This is a game for people who have no friends. So for those of you who don't get the joke, so this YouTuber Quantum TV released a very controversial interview or review about Elden Ring, which is the game we were talking about earlier, and he was describing its very grindiness, like how difficult it was, and he was like, "This is a type of game for somebody with no friends and no family," which I think was so funny.
This is what this plan is. If you don't have
Yeah,
friends or family, don't do this.
yeah,
Or
it's just like Elden Ring.
yeah,
Don't buy Game Pass if you have no friends and family.
that's right. If unless you want to go on a huge limb and trust some people you meet on Discord and do that family
Yeah,
plan,
there you go.
yeah, do that, man.
Right? Put it all on one communal PayPal account, then you're good.
Oh, communal PayPal. So you would when this inevitably comes out, you would be interested in this.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
With how much you play, you think it's worth it?
Ooh, that's more of a question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what you
I'm
ask
not. I'm not.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm not too big into the game. For someone who co-hosts a gaming podcast every week, I'm really not that much into gaming anymore.
Not anymore, but he has good insight.
I have the insight and I have the background and I have the desire to learn. Because even in my free time, like when I'm watching YouTube, I still watch videos about like gaming history and like theory and retrospectives, and I watch all that kind of shit. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very passionate about it. So don't burn me at the stake, viewers. I'm trying my best.
Well, why don't you play games and then have a YouTube video on their phone just playing in the background? Because that's what I do
Ah,
sometimes.
yeah. I have trouble focusing on 2 things at once, so can't do that. If there's 2 things
Mm.
going on at one time, I lose one of them and I end up just going to one thing.
Ah, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I like I've when I was playing Live Alive and like Persona 4, not Persona 4, but like if it's a story game, okay, I see what you mean. If it's a story
Oh
game,
yeah.
I'm not putting something on the background.
Right.
But well, actually, I did do that during Persona 4. Like when I was in the dungeons, just fighting monsters, I'll put on like Trailer Park Boys in the background. But during cutscenes, I'll just
Yeah.
pause it.
Sure.
Just want to pay attention. Gosh, we've been
I
getting
gotcha.
super off base with these
Yeah, I
topics today.
know.
Fuck. Next one. Xbox claims
The
Activision
Xbox.
acquisition is driven by mobile and PC ambitions. Quote, we don't have a lot of creative capability that has built hit mobile games, says Phil Spencer. Now, this is pretty obvious to me.
Yeah.
Blizzard, who owns
Yeah.
fucking Candy Crush. They own King, the developer of Candy Crush. And
Yep.
then you have World of Warcraft, Diablo, like prominent PC games.
Yeah. Agree.
Writing on the wall, but I just wanted to just wanted to put it in there.
Yeah. I think, yeah, like, well, I don't know. I still will never understand the validity of mobile gaming because it does not appeal to me at all. Like, I don't want to be like burning through my phone's battery, like on the train on the way to school, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not for me. That's all I have to say about
I,
this.
I think
Like,
that's an
I'm
American
glad they're,
thing, low key.
yeah, yeah,
Is
I
like
don't know.
you've seen like Switch is so huge in Japan. It's because like people are just always taking or walking, taking the
Yeah.
subway,
Yeah, I
and
just like to be in the real world. I don't want to be looking at my phone like when I'm out in public. Like I'll
yeah,
like fuck around on my phone, but like not that much, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like yeah.
yeah. Not me at all. I'm like if I'm in a big busy place, I'm on Pokemon Go catching them
Oh,
Pokemans.
really?
Yeah, I'll do that, and
That's
like I'll
funny.
catch it for a little bit, and then I'll like bring myself back into it.
Yeah. No. I just I don't know. Like not a mobile gamer. I one thing that always it's kind of weird, but like when my phone gets really hot, which generally happens when you're playing games on your phone,
Oh
like it
yeah,
makes me anxious, like I'm ruining the battery. So like I just don't like to do
yes.
it.
That's what happens to my PC. That's why I had to upgrade the RAM, dude, because
Yeah.
it just making hella noise and it was loud. I was like, fuck, man, I'm straining this thing, especially when I'm like rendering a video. Oh my gosh, you
Yeah,
go.
dude. Yeah.
It stresses me out, man. Like I don't like my
Full
phone being hot.
lawnmower. Yeah. Like the old like the like I have the original Xbox One, not the day one, but like the one that came out the Christmas of that year.
Yeah.
And that thing gets so fucking loud. It just you know, like
Oh my god. Wait, you still
the
use it?
fan be blowing. Oh no, I don't use it, but that's
Oh
just like from what I know before.
yeah.
That should be blowing. Like goddamn.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like I asked my coworker who recently got a Series X, and I kind of convinced him to, but like he was playing on the Xbox like VCR Xbox One for so long. I'm like, doesn't it make a
Yeah.
lot of noise, dude? He's like, yeah, it kind of sounds like a plane sometimes, man.
Yeah, dude. Sounds like a fucking jet airliner taking off.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Going back to the article, Phil Spencer said that 1.5 billion people play on mobile phones. Can you believe that?
Wow. Well, I do believe that. Just like cuz that's like whenever I see videos of people existing in like different countries, it's just like, well, even in America, I can't really say that. That's really biased of me.
Yeah.
But like everyone is on their fucking phone. So like my assumption is when people on their phone, they're like looking at Instagram or some shit. But not everyone is looking at Instagram. Some people are playing games and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that means like what one and a half. So like one in eight, 1 in 9 people are like playing games on their phone every time you look at people. So that makes sense. That's
Makes
like
sense.
yeah,
The console games that like people like I can't play a game if it's replicating too much, like it's trying to be like a console game. Like for
yeah,
example,
agree.
KOTOR is on the phone. I cannot play
Yeah,
KOTOR on the phone, bro.
no.
Come on, man.
Or like COD mobile. Like if I'm like trying to like try
Oh
hard in a mobile game, like I cannot do that, bro. No
no,
fucking way.
no, and
Yeah.
it sucks. Like COD Mobile, it actually plays amazing too, and I think you can play it on PC, but not in an official way.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Like
man.
literally like the most fun I've ever had out of like a mobile game. What was that side-scrolling little car game that we played in high school? All of us. Do you
Side-scrolling
remember?
car game?
Yeah, it was
Um,
the bikes. What's the
Bikes.
fucking?
I
Everyone
remember.
played that game.
I remember Jetpack Joyride.
No, it's similar to that, but it's like the little motorcycle and like you go through the little levels and shit.
Oh,
Everyone
and like
played that.
the dude is like a rag doll.
Kinda, yeah.
I have no idea. I know what you're talking
God
about.
damn
I
it.
cannot
Yeah,
remember
but
the name
that's
at
that's
all
the
though.
most fun I ever got out of mobile games is in high school, just like fucking around
Yeah,
with
the
that.
classic middle school freaking or the early adopter of the mobile gaming, Temple Run, Angry Birds,
Oh yeah,
Jetpack
Temple
Joyride,
Run.
Fruit Ninja, like the starter package pretty much.
Yeah,
That was the shit, man. Now PC games are just give me your money for another level. Give me your money. Come on, it's just another level. Just give me
yeah.
two more
Just one
dollars.
more. Come
Two more
on.
dollars. You know what? I'll cut it down for you. $1. You're basically
$1.
stealing from me
Just
now.
just for 24 hours though. You get 50% off. Oh my god.
Yep. Dude, you're basically stealing from me.
Yeah.
Stealing from me. Do it now.
It's literally just called bike race, Zach. That's all it is. It's just called
Fuck.
bike race. Yeah. Everyone played that shit. Everybody played that shit.
I do remember Bike Race. Now that you say it, but yeah, you think Xbox makes a mobile game and it's a big success now that they have Activision Blizzard under their belt, or soon to be. It's not actually confirmed yet.
Well, they I don't know, like I don't think I'm young enough to have that perspective anymore. Like if I was like 12 and like I played games on my phone, then maybe but
Yeah.
like I don't know how to answer that. Like to me like I have no visualization of a mobile game ever capturing my interest ever again. Like
Yeah. Like
yeah,
the
I
last
think that's
chance
just
that
me
happened.
being an old man though.
But before Pokemon Go, well, actually, technically it was after Pokemon Go. It was senior year. I remember Fortnite released on the phones, and that was the
Oh
last
yeah,
time I was excited for a mobile game. Was
yeah.
Fortnite on the phone? I remember getting that Victory Royale and
Hell yeah.
Sociology.
Can't believe that. That's funny. Yeah. I played I feel like freshman year of college, I remember like diddling around on my phone for something. I can't
Oh,
remember
and
what I
Madden
was playing
Mobile.
though.
Madden Mobile is actually
Oh
fun.
yeah. Dude, that was lit. I remember that. Yeah. That was fun.
That was a good game.
So, okay, I have fond memories of mobile games, but I won't play them anymore. Let's just say that. So
Yeah.
maybe put me on this podcast 6 years ago, 8 years ago, I probably would have hope for this, but right now, probably not.
Nah. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Take a lot of time. A lot of this will be our longest podcast. I'm looking at the time now. Where we are an hour and 13 minutes in. We haven't even hit the big two news topics.
Yeah. Oh my
So,
god.
low key, I'm just gonna. Actually, no, I'm gonna cover it. PlayStation faces 5 billion euro, right? Euro lawsuit for allegedly
Yes.
ripping off customers. Sony's 30% cut on all digital sales is an abusive position, the suit claims. That's wild. 5
Is
billion
this a class
euros?
action suit? It must be, right?
I think
Legal
so.
claim introduced. Yeah, consumer rights campaigner Alex Neil claims Sony is in breach of competition law by demanding a cut of every purchase made on the PlayStation Store. Um, yeah, so here's the lovely thing. I don't know how much you know about class action
Nope,
lawsuits, Zach, but
nothing.
I can speak a little bit on this. So class action lawsuits are they look really good because it seems like it's a group of people banding together to fight a big company or whatever. But in
Oh.
general, what's happening is a class action lawsuit is a large group of consumers who feel that they have been taken advantage of by a company, this case being Sony, and then a large law firm, aka consumer rights campaigner Alex Neil,
Mm-hmm.
will come in and fund a lawsuit and claim that they will give large sums of money to the people who have been affected by this thing that Sony's been doing.
Okay.
Now, when you join a class action lawsuit as a consumer, you are given this promise: oh, you're going to get paid this much money, blah blah blah, whatever, when we win. And generally, what happens when they do win, if they win, Sony has some pretty impressive lawyers, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
If these guys actually win, most of the money is going to go into the law firm's pocket, and the people who are part of the lawsuit aren't going to get almost anything. So, class action lawsuits are kind of a scam. I'm all for tearing down giant companies because they make too much money.
Absolutely.
But generally, most of this money is probably going to go to this consumer rights campaign, and the people affected are probably not going to get much out of it. So,
It says here that if the action is successful, each person would be entitled to anywhere between 67 euros and 562 euros damages plus interest.
So I'm going to assume it's going to be towards that lower end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 560 euros. I'm assuming, I think the euro is like 60% of a dollar. That's, hold on, check that. Never mind. €1 is 0.99 of a dollar. So it's actually really similar. That's great. Okay. Well, yeah. So $70. Cool. That's decent. I doubt it would be 600. That would be fucking outrageous. That is not going to happen.
So
yeah.
What is this lawsuit? What are they claiming Sony has done? Because it's okay. So claim alleges that by taking a 30% cut of all digital sales, Sony is artificially overcharging customers.
Right. So
I'm confused how he would think this is any like winnable at all. What is this talking about?
So what Sony is doing here, I got to think about this. So they're taking a 30% cut of every purchase made. So obviously, when a company wants to put their product on the PlayStation Store, they have to pay a fee in order to be on there. So like, essentially, say Activision goes to Sony and says, "Hey, I want to sell the new Call of Duty on your store," and Sony will say, "Okay, I would love to negotiate that. In order for us to put your product on our store, we require this percentage of royalties. So say it's like 10%, whatever." So Sony is pocketing from every sale already.
Yeah.
Just because they take money to have their have products advertised on their store. So when they're taking a total of 30%, what that's telling you is that Sony could be charging 30% less and not take that cut. That's why they're upset.
Okay.
So like if a game is $100, we'll just make it easy. It's 100. No, let's make it easier. The game is $10.
Yeah.
So of that $10 that the consumer pays, Sony's taking $3 of those dollars just because that game is on the PlayStation Store. However, if Sony didn't need all this extra money because they're greedy, they could, instead of taking $3, they could take $1. They could take 50 cents. They could take 20 or $2, anything less than, So essentially what the group is saying is that Sony could be charging much less for the games because we wouldn't be feeding Sony that little extra bit of royalties profit.
Okay.
So if Sony didn't take their cut, the game would only cost $7 instead of 10.
Okay. So, and this lawsuit is for the players, the consumers.
Yes, this lawsuit is against the company, claiming that the company could be charging less for games, and because of what they're charging currently, it's affecting people who are of lower income more than it should. So if you go down further, this quote: "The actions of Sony is costing millions of people who can't afford it, particularly when we're in the midst of a cost of living crisis and the consumer purse is being squeezed like never before." So essentially what the lawsuit is saying is that Sony could take less of a cut and lower the prices to assist consumers during this economic time that we're in right now.
Oh, okay.
That's what's going on here.
All right. Okay, I understand now. That's wild.
Yeah. They're only charging this royalty because they can. They don't have to. Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. What do you think will be successful in your opinion?
I highly doubt it. Sony's like one of the biggest companies in the world, and if I know anything about legal battles against the biggest companies in the world, they very rarely succeed. I'll give you an example. So, how often do you hear about McDonald's losing a lawsuit? Almost never, right?
Pretty
Because there's
much
only
never.
one story. There's only one story about McDonald's losing. And that's when that old lady spilled the hot coffee on herself. You remember that?
Yeah.
That's a very famous story because that's like one of the only times McDonald's was beaten in a lawsuit like that.
Hmm.
When big companies lose lawsuits, it's a huge story because it almost never happens. That's why everyone knows that story.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Sony's lawyers are gonna find some loophole or
Well,
something.
they have the money to. They might just get this consumer rights group to settle, and then they won't have to do any sort of legal action at all. They might just pay them off because they have the money to do that. If they do end up taking it to court, their lawyers, their legal team probably have so much pull and so much expertise and so much like argumentative ability that they're just going to destroy them. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
Yeah. Attacking a multi-billion-dollar company is very challenging.
Okay, so they're wanting to they're wanting to wanting Sony to pay out like what 5 billion euros, right?
Yeah. So what I'm assuming here is that they want Sony. They're okay. So if this consumer rights group were to win, um, basically what they're probably going to say is we want Sony to pay the consumers back all of the overcharging that they've done over the last 6 years. And then they'll probably add another request to maybe make them take less of a cut on their digital sales and lower the prices. That's my best guess.
Okay. All right. I'm
Yeah.
like looking. So I'm like looking like how much Sony is worth, and I forgot to put like what is. So basically, they're suing Sony, right? Pretty much.
Yeah,
They're suing
yeah.
PlayStation, but
You can't sue PlayStation specifically because it's like a very close subsidiary of Sony. So PlayStation is going to use Sony's lawyers or Sony's approved lawyers.
okay, I see. So I looked up how much they're worth. They're like $5 billion is like pretty much like it's a hit, but it's like not a huge hit to them.
No, yeah.
And it's
I
still they're
mean,
not
their
gonna get through.
total, like, they have like a disgusting amount of like assets and equity. So, like, the company is probably worth like upwards of 50 to 100 billion based like their total assets. It says here like their total assets are worth like $240 billion. So um,
Oh,
like to have that much like that assets would include factories, office buildings, means of production, delivery, literally everything that they own. So a $5 billion lawsuit would be nothing to them. Nothing. Like
yeah.
it would hurt. That's a lot of money, but it wouldn't destroy them at all. It would barely do anything. And they're probably not going to win.
Okay.
I'm going to say that right now. If they won this, I would be so shocked. Like, so shocked.
Okay. All right. Thank you
Yeah.
for explaining that to me. I was a little
Yeah.
confused. I'm like how the fuck? How can they have any claim of like?
Yeah.
How did they even get
Yeah.
this started?
Yeah. Because it's a civil suit, it's not really a legal claim. It's more just like they're claiming that Sony is taking advantage of people. And that is an opinion based claim. That is not a factual. Um, it's not like they're breaking any particular law
Uh huh.
at all.
I see.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Next news topic after that thought-provoking one for me, at least. Opening night live for Gamescom 2022 happened last Tuesday, if I'm right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, GameStop. This is per Polygon and not VGC this time. Gamescom kicked off Tuesday with a 2-hour opening night live presentation hosted by the Game Awards' Jeff Keighley. It streamed live on both YouTube and Twitch, as well as hosted in person in Cologne, Germany. Did I say that?
Germany. Yes, Cologne.
Cologne,
Yep.
Germany. Keighley and opening night live broadcast updates. Wait, never mind. Sorry. All right. So I think this list is in order. No, it is not in order. But we're just gonna go off the list that Polygon made. So everywhere, it is. Did you watch the stream, Eddie, that I sent you? Get a
I
chance
did
to?
not get a chance to. No, I've watched. Okay, so to be fair, I've watched a few of these trailers, but I have not watched all of them. So I will do my best to concurrently watch them while we talk about it.
All right. So the Everywhere Gamescom teaser. I watched like half of it before like I low-key fell asleep. Not because it was boring, but because like I had just gotten off of the morning shift and I was kind of tired. Anyway, it's Everywhere really didn't tell me much about the game.
Yeah, I'm
Even
looking at it right
Polygon says
now.
it. Like
It
based
looks
off the
like
teaser. Yeah, what do you think?
it looks like a top down, or not top down, excuse me, like a third person racer, but that's all I got.
Really? There was
But there's like,
shooting, there was driving, explosion, space, and apparently an open world from developer Build a Rocket Boy. It's slated for 2023. I think it looked
interesting.
like a build build your own adventure kind of thing. You know how like
Ooh, yeah.
Project Spark was. If you
Oh
remember that for
yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
getting that too. Yeah. I'm kind of analyzing a little bit. Yeah, I'm seeing some third person shooting. I think it's going to be like a third person shooter with like a driving focus.
Yeah.
Like as like a side theme. Yeah.
Like no gameplay was really showed. I think it was all rendered, like CGI, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
All right, next one, Dune Awakening. When I saw this, I was like, all right. I immediately caught on that it was Dune. I'm like, what kind of game
Yeah.
is this? You know, I was waiting. It was all CG, like nothing else.
Yeah.
And then it told us at the end, it is a survival open world MMO, and I saw that and I just went, like it
Yeah, that's
deflated
the
me.
exact same thing I said, bro. I
Deflated
was
me. I
like,
was like,
okay.
I'm just not an open world. I'm not an MMO guy. Like
Yeah.
it's just not me. I tried
It
it.
seems like a hugely saturated market. Like there's
It's
so many MMOs.
it
Like,
is, and they expect these people to like. It's all subscription based, and like, well, people don't have that much
mhm,
time. One,
yeah,
MMO takes a lot of time, and the
correct.
money, not so much, but like time is a huge currency now. There's so many games,
Exactly.
so many
Yeah.
ways to play. Insane.
Yeah. Yeah, not for me.
Not for
Cool.
me.
It looks cool. I like the survival part of it, but I doubt they'll flesh that out that deeply. So I'm just
Yep.
gonna say, if you're really digging MMOs, go for it. Whatever.
Yeah. We got a new trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, and it
Hell yeah.
focused on the dark arts, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I think gameplay is out for the game, but I don't really see much. You a Harry Potter guy? Does this look good to you?
I love Harry Potter. When I first heard about this, when it was teased like 2 years ago or something,
Yeah.
I was like, there's no fucking way this is real. And like it's becoming a thing. And I'm like very excited about it. This might be a game I buy, I have to
Oh,
say.
really?
Yeah.
February 10th. Is that a day one for you? It's looking like.
Maybe. Probably not a day one because I don't trust developers anymore. But I do have hope for this game because I love Harry Potter, and I've wanted so much more from this series in the gaming world than what has been given to us. Because most of the time it's been like movie games.
Yeah.
And some of those have been very, very, very good, but um, most of them have been not that great. So
I remember playing a couple of them. Yeah, they're all
yeah,
right.
like dude, Harry Potter. After the second movie came out, and they made fucking
What's it called?
Chamber of Secrets
Yeah,
on PlayStation 2. That game is awesome. Like,
game's
and
lit.
I was interested in playing it again recently when I still had my PlayStation 2, and I looked up how much the disc copies of that for, and they're like over $200. Like,
What?
yeah, dude,
Chamber
like
of
a
Secrets?
real
No way.
like the non, the blue PlayStation 2 games, the ones that like break a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a non-blue disc for that game is like $230 when I checked last.
What the
Yeah, and
Chamber of Secrets
I had
PS2?
an original copy at one point and I got rid of it.
I'm seeing it for like $10. Chamber of Secrets?
Insane. Hold on. Find it.
Oh, they made one for the PS1 and one for the PS2. I'm I'm seeing 12, 14, $15.
Insanity. Why did I see that at $230? I'm confused. Weird.
Like, that's crazy. I would not think that. But going back to Hogwarts Legacy, I think it's interesting. There's so many games coming out. I am gonna have to. This is a game I look at the reviews for and
Yeah,
make
me
a
too.
decision.
It is a big one for me though, because like I said, when I first heard of this, I was like, no fucking way, this is not real. Like a
I didn't think it was
create
real
your own
either.
character Harry Potter story. Like this is literally like what I wanted from age 5 till like 14. You know, or
Yeah.
like whenever the last movie came out, like I wanted that like the whole time. I used to fucking like just watch in middle school. I used to watch the Harry Potter movies like on a school night every fucking night. Like it was amazing.
What?
Yeah, dude. I love it. Oh my god.
Would you say Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter?
Definitely fucking Harry Potter. Don't hit me with that Lord of the Rings bullshit.
Nah, I'm definitely hitting you with that. I choose Lord of the Rings any day, bro.
Fuck that, bro.
I hella disagree. No way. Moving on. That could be a whole.
Fuck
That could be a
that,
whole
bro.
podcast itself.
Seriously.
New Tales from the Borderlands officially released. Gearbox announced an episodic narrative game picking up after 2015's Tales from the Borderlands, and it will follow three lovable losers out to save the world this October.
Woo!
So apparently,
Um,
Tedior is invading Promethea.
Brad.
I
Sounds like a typical Borderlands gun manufacturer move, just blowing shit up and invading the other company's planet.
yeah. Um, I I think Maliwan's still there. I don't know. I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't. This is after Borderlands because Reese was there, so I
Yeah,
can't tell if it was after Borderlands 3 or before, or it's gonna lead. Events are gonna lead to after Borderlands 3. I mean, who knows? I will not buy this game. I'll look
I
up.
will not either.
I will look up the what happens because don't these games release like a TV show? They release like every week or something.
Yes, yeah.
That's stupid. I hate that. Oh yeah. If you like that, props to you. I will see how the story goes from there. Um, Word Song. Former
There's
Bethesda
not much going
Games
on in this one.
Former Bethesda game studio designer Jeff Garner and Obsidian Entertainment alumnus Charlie Staples formed Something Wicked Games and announced Word Song on Tuesday. So apparently, like in the beginning of this trailer, they're like, from the developers of Fallout New Vegas,
Yeah.
Fallout 3, Skyrim, and then just left us with a CG trailer. I'm like,
Yeah,
well, what the fuck, bro?
literally has nothing like what I
What
said.
a blue
Is
ball.
like there's not much going on. Like what the fuck? Yeah. I don't really know what's going on.
Hella blue
I've
ball.
been given nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know.
Nothing. We'll see you later. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye, buddy. All right, Dead Island 2.
Hell yeah.
Eddie, what are you thinking? Thinking Dead Island 2's
Uh,
oh, this comes out 10 days before Hogwarts Legacy. Is this a decision making game you're gonna have to make with
Probably not.
Hogwarts? No?
um, no, I think I would probably buy the. Well, okay. So if they both came out, I would look at the reviews of both and say the reviews are identical. They're both 4.5 stars or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would pick the Hogwarts game first.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have sentimental value for Dead Island 2, but Harry Potter is literally my entire personality when I was younger. So,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I mean,
yeah.
Dead Island 2 looks like fucking fun with some friends, dude.
Oh, it looks super fun. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be great. But
That'd be great.
the Harry Potter vibes,
The Harry
I
Potter
don't know,
vibes,
bro.
true. And
Goddamn.
very, very competing. So one of these games will
Yes.
probably go on sale because of the other. And
Yep, that's correct.
let's say Dead Island 2 drops to $30. I buy Dead Island 2.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Me.
point. Yeah,
Did it show
if it
gameplay?
went on sale.
I don't think this is at the end of the showcase, so Polygon's like the order is not at all relevant. But
There's a little bit,
yeah.
but like not like a lot. It's
Did
just like walking,
oh, okay,
you know.
not a lot, not really much to go off of.
Nah.
Okay, well, we saw the screenshots. I think there's a little bit of gameplay. I mean, it looked fucking cool. That's what I saw.
It just looks like Dead Island, Dying Light, same vibe. I don't expect them to do anything crazy. Like, it's just gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The Callisto Protocol, a
This looks kind of cool.
Dead Space spiritual successor.
Yeah.
It showed off new gameplay where some of the enemies have tentacles, and if you don't shoot those tentacles, the enemy will fucking mutate. And dude, the guy didn't shoot off the tentacles, and it like the virus, whatever from it, like ripped off its skin. It became something bigger, more
Jesus.
badass, dude. Like, yeah,
That's cool.
this like Dead Space turned up a notch,
Yeah.
man.
That's the first thing I noticed when I'm watching this. It's like it seems a little more like tactical than Dead Space, if you kind of get what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
the way this room that this guy is moving through, it's like a little more open, less linear. So like you have some opportunities for like running the stealth a little bit differently, I think.
I
Which I think
definitely
is
see
cool.
that.
Yeah. And then also you have the environment, like he's using the environment to kill the enemies with. You know what I mean? Like he throws that one dude into the grinder thingy. So like that's kind of cool playing with physics to you know attack your enemies in the environment is kind of interesting. I like that.
Does this game look interesting? Is this a potential buy? What are you thinking?
I don't like really slow third person games. I like Assassin's Creed, but like that's because it's fast. Really slow third person games are not for me. They make me annoyed.
Okay, I see.
I just don't like how they play. It's just kind of a preference thing. It has nothing to do with the game being bad. It's just like the format I don't enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Keep going.
like with third person, if it's too fast, I don't like it, and if it's too slow, I don't like it. So I don't like Gears of War, and I don't like this kind of stuff. But like medium pace, fucking like Fallout, I like playing that in third person. I like playing Assassin's Creed. I like playing. That's really all I can think of. But yeah, so
Okay. I am not really a big horror guy. I mean, I think Ishan will love this game if he liked Dead Space and he likes Resident Evil. But yeah, not for me. Heard it's gonna be people are hyped for it, so good for them, man. We'll see how it goes. See the reviews for it. December 2nd release date. Not gonna be delayed, I think. I think it's coming out for sure. All right. Genshin Impact has like a 3.0 update, like kind of like a Fortnite thing, a new season,
that's like
whatever.
That's like a free to play game, isn't it? I've heard a lot about it,
It's
but
a
I
free
don't
to
know anything about
play
it.
like live service. I wouldn't say. I don't know. I
It's
am
kind of
not
like
into
a
Genshin.
grindy game, in my opinion. If I've heard at least.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's just not a game for me, to be honest.
Not for me either. No.
Okay. Yep, 3.0 update. Interested? Go check it out. Honkai Star Rail. It's Hoyo versus, which is part of Genshin Impact, I think, and
Yep.
it shows off a brief teaser for the game. I don't know what to think about this, to be honest.
It looks a little too. I don't know. Like I guess like anime doesn't appeal to me that much. I know that's weird to say because like everyone likes anime, but like I'm so picky with it, and like this just kind of gives me that vibe, and like I just don't want to be a part of it. I
Okay.
don't know. I've watched several animes in my life, and I've only liked a few, so this kind of gives me that vibe. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, it's definitely anime. I'm watching it over
yeah,
again right now. I don't think
very
there's any.
anime. Yeah,
Is there any gameplay? It's all CG
no,
stuff.
it's all CG. There's a part where he wakes up in the chair and he's like looking around, but that's the closest you can get where you're in a first person
Boo.
view.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll see about that game, but nothing to go off of right now. Next one, Friends versus Friends. There's like a couple. It's like a very. What am I trying to say? Few seconds of like gameplay towards the end of this trailer, and it has like it's a card based like FPS.
Yeah. It
Weird.
looks like one of those games that you would see like streamers play for like a couple months and then it would go away. That's what I'm seeing here. um,
True. Do you remember when uh Zombies in Spaceland had like a little card based thing? It's kind of what it reminds me
yeah,
of.
yeah, I get that too. I like the art style. It's kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah, it looks fucking dope.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me. You remember that that like that super villain little shooter we played? Do you remember that
I
in
think.
like freshman year? It was like maybe sophomore year. It was like, oh damn it, hold on, I gotta figure that out. It was like a DC FPS, and it was like
No.
villain. It was like it was like criminals dressed up as the main DC villains,
What?
and it was like a little first person shooter. I'm trying to remember.
I've not heard of this
Uh,
at all.
Me and Chance used to play it a lot. Hold on. Gotham City Imposters. That's what it's called. Yeah.
What?
So this game, let me talk about it a little bit because it's actually kind of like a hidden gem in my opinion. It came out on the 360 in 2012,
Okay.
and I believe it became free to play on Games with Gold at some point. Yeah, game here it is. Released for free as part of Games for Gold, July 1st, 2014. So me and Chance and a couple of the other guys played that game quite a bit actually, and it was really good. Um, it's just like a weird little arcade FPS. It's like a COD game, but like it had a little twist to it, and I'm getting the similar vibe from this game in my just from what I'm looking at here. Kind of weird side topic, but I got that was the first thing I thought of. So yeah,
Yeah, I've never heard of that game you said. But
pretty fun.
speaking of Gotham, the next one is Gotham Knights.
Oh yeah, that's a good segue.
It's a third person, little beat 'em up, whatever. Supposed to be coming out October 21st, and I think you're gonna be fighting some of the villains, like the ice guy. What's his fucking name? No, that's Sub Zero.
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. I don't know what that other person is, and then some fucking
This is the dude with the red mask. I can't remember his name.
red mask.
Deathstroke. I think that's right. The sniper guy.
Yeah, sniper guy. Seems like
Yeah.
Deathstroke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, do you like this? How are you feeling about
Um.
this?
Uh, I like the only like superhero type game I ever liked was the Batman Arkham games. I love those. Those are great.
Uh-huh.
Um, But outside of that, probably not.
Doesn't seem like. I feel like there's like a co-op game, so I mean, if you have someone to play with, it could be fun.
Yeah, if you really like DC, go for it.
Oh
It might
yeah,
be cool.
and not for me. Not gonna be I think that this game made a couple of headlines because they canceled the Xbox One and PS4 versions of the game because they know it would run like shit. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But other than that, if you're excited for that, go check it out, man. Because I will not be. Okay, and then we have another. We have a game, Where Winds Meet, an action game with
This
sword
looks cool.
fighting and some bows. I,
Yeah,
I want to
uh,
say it reminds me of what is this? Looks like
Sekiro.
Sekiro. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one. It reminds
that's what I
me of
got from
that.
the art style. I'm highly doubting that the combat system will be as perfected as Sekiro, because FromSoft is the king of like making highly intricate combat systems. But this game looks really pretty. I can say that for sure. Like a lot of cool little sequences here. Even the gameplay that like I'm seeing, it looks really nice. Definitely a huge Sekiro vibe though. That's what
Yeah,
I'm getting here.
one of the few games that actually showed gameplay during this whole thing.
Yeah, literally, and like a decent amount too.
Yeah, I don't think there's any release date or anything. I think takes place based on like Chinese mythology. I want to
Something
say
Chinese or Japanese. Yeah.
one of the two. I feel like Chinese though, to be honest, but it looks interesting. No release date. Hopefully, we'll get something soon. Oh, there's a game on here that I'm looking at now. I think scratches your Dark Souls little itch, but
Yeah.
it's
Is
the
it the next
yeah
game?
yeah
Park Beyond?
no, actually not Park Beyond. It is a amusement
Damn it.
park building game.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
I like Thrillville. I played that when I was young.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, dude. I played Thrillville. I love building my own
That
amusement
game's
park in
fun.
Thrillville.
Yeah. This game looks kind of cool. Like, would I buy it? Probably not, but like
Would you play if
it
it was
looks
free?
it
With like games with gold or
maybe. I
Game
mean,
Pass?
it looks a little more like fun and like arcadey than Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Uh huh.
It looks more extravagant, I would say, a little more interesting.
Oh
So that's kind of cool that that game is getting replaced, because I know that game's been out forever, and that's kind of like been the standard for roller coaster builder, like the
yeah.
park managers. Um, so I think this might be an interesting little development in that genre,
Bandai Namco is making this fucking or like publishing this game.
right?
Bandai Namco. I did not think they would do that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Hmm.
All right, the next one, Lies of P, a a Souls-like game based off of the story of Pinocchio.
Really?
Now, does that interest you or what, man?
Um, so generally, like when you throw the term Souls-like into the mix, it can be really good, or it can be like very derivative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've never really. I can't. I don't know. It looks cool. Like I'm looking through the trailer here. The art style is really nice. It's kind of got a steampunk vibe.
Yeah.
Very similar to, I'd say, Dishonored in how that looks. I think that's interesting. The gameplay I'm looking at here, it looks kind of just like a, yeah, basic, health bar, stamina bar, magic bar, equipment, inventory. Maybe a little bit less skill based than Dark Souls. Maybe a little more similar to like Devil May Cry. A little bit more arcadey, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Might be interesting.
I'm
I
trying to
like
look
the
at
art style. That's my biggest
the art style looks
compliment
really good.
here.
Oh, there's some gameplay like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was watching. Yeah. health
Oh
bar,
yeah.
stamina bar. He's got like little magic things, and then the character does like little fancy moves and stuff like that. So that makes me feel like it's a little more arcadey. Um,
Yeah, I can definitely. It has some of the slow, movements that like Dark Souls has, where like moving a big
right.
ass sword and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It definitely looks interesting. I feel like Ishan would definitely play this game,
I agree. That's what I thought too.
right? Going out, it'll be a Game Pass game on release, so definitely Ishan would
Really?
play it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. I did not know that.
right. Next one, Phantom Hellcat. A new studio, Ironbird Creations, from publisher All In Games, announced its new game, Phantom Hellcat. The 3D hack and slash game has a teen protagonist hunting down evil. No word on the release date, but is expected to come to Windows, PC, and consoles. Take a look at this. What is this? What does this remind you of, Eddie?
I get a little bit. So okay, I'm seeing sections of platformer, and also I'm seeing sections of like, um, like you're in a room and you're doing like hack and slash kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I like that it's combined with the platformer thing. That's kind of interesting. That's a little bit different because I'm assuming that'll be a good pacing kind of mechanism that the developer can use. So you'll have moments where you're fighting, 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 and then you get like kind of an exploratory moment where you're
Mm-hmm.
kind of walking through like a side scroller, kind of like Limbo or Inside.
Yeah.
So that could be a good pace break. I like that. Um,
It
yeah.
um this I feel like what this gameplay, it looks great, and like how side scrolling and then the hack and slash parts of it. Combat looks great. Something, it's very very quick and easy. But this game is what how its gameplay is should have been how Assassin's Creed Chronicles was. Those side
Oh yeah,
scrollers.
dude. I completely agree.
Like
Yes.
if they just added that instead of it being a complete side scroller game, oh, I would have played
Yes.
way more, man. But disappointing. Those games disappointed me because like they can't. I maybe they go back to those settings, but they've already used it technically, so that's just disappointing. But Phantom Hellcat
Yes.
doesn't
Hell yeah.
coming to PC and consoles, baby.
Fuck yeah, baby.
All right, next one is Goat Simulator 3.
I didn't
This
even know there
fucking
was a two.
I don't think there was a 2. I think they just skipped one. It
It
just
just
skipped it to
went to
3.
three.
Yeah. This game is fucking wild. If you're looking at the trailer right now, insane. It does so much in such little time.
It looks like there's a co-op aspect.
Oh
That's
yeah,
kind of
like
cool.
I think the original Goat Simulator had some co-op, if I'm right. I don't know. Actually, I don't think
I
it
think
did.
you're right. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. But this looks like a full-fledged like four-player co-op. Damn, this shit looks fucking crazy as hell. Oh
It's
my
fucking
lord.
crazy, dude. You do some
Yeah,
wild
dude.
stuff in this
Oh, you
game.
could be a pig too. No more goats. Pig vibes. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Trash in the yoga studio. Fuck yeah. Sounds like a good time. Would I buy it? No. Will there be a lot of hilarious content on the internet from it? Probably.
That is their main goal. They don't want to make a good video game. They want to make a good internet game.
Yeah, they want to make a meme.
It's a game.
It'll definitely meme
It's a meme in
pretty
itself.
good.
Goat
Yeah,
Simulator. It's a play on the fucking farming simulator games and stuff like that.
exactly. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous, dude.
Simulate being a fucking enraged goat. Hilarious. Whatever. All right.
Next one. This was a you played on PC. You said early. This is an early PC game apparently. Monkey
So
Island.
I have a huge bit of insight about this game, actually.
Oh.
So, if you guys are familiar from a YouTube page called Xbox Ahoy, he's just called Ahoy now.
Mhm.
But let's see, when did this video come out? Um, can I really not see when it released? Okay, either way, on his channel, if you look, yeah, 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, he released an hour and 15-minute video game documentary about this series.
Mm-hmm.
and I have watched it probably 10 times.
Wow.
And um, this game has a cool story and a really important legacy to the end of text adventures. Um, for those of you who don't know, text adventures were one of the first popular styles of PC games. This would be in the 80s, a little bit in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
And the original game in this series called The Secret of Monkey Island. Um, and there is a lot of history and a lot of interesting insight into the development of modern story-based games in this series and where this came from. The original was actually developed by LucasArts, which is interesting to
Oh
know.
yeah, I did know that.
Um, yeah. So yeah, this game has a very storied past, and I would highly, highly recommend if you're interested in learning about video game history, watching this documentary on this channel. It's the full title of the video is Retro Ahoy: The Secret of Monkey Island, and it's a little hour documentary about the history of text adventures and the secret of Monkey Island. Um, so yeah,
Interesting. Interesting.
very
Yeah,
very cool.
I like the art style, but apparently it got a lot of
Hmm.
flack online for this remake because it's nothing like what the original looks like.
Yeah, it does look drastically different from the videos that I've watched. Drastically different. It looks
Drastically.
like they made the art style really abstract, where the old art style was not. It was a
Mm-hmm.
little abstract, but they went like way too far. Like it looks kind of stupid. Like I don't know why they did this, but whatever.
Oh, see, that's what people were saying online. It just looks dumb, like, unnecessary.
Yeah, like unnecessarily abstract. Like the faces are shaped very oddly, and like things are all warped and distorted. And I'm not really sure what they were doing with this, but yeah.
Okay. I'm interested in it. I mean, I've never played any of these Monkey Island games. I know about them, and I saw
Hmm.
this. I'm like, you know what? That could
Yeah,
be. It's $25 and it's coming out on September 19th,
yeah.
so like right around the corner.
Yeah, no, I would
I'm
I would
interested.
highly suggest watching that documentary and his other documentaries that he's posted about retro games. They're incredibly well written, and they
Really?
teach so much about old gaming history, like amazing.
I I like I watch some of them. I'll watch like video essays too, and
Yeah,
I want to like write video essays, but
yeah.
it seems like a monumental task. I just don't know how to
Dude,
tackle it, dude.
I cannot imagine how much time goes into these videos, because these, like, I've learned more about gaming history from this YouTube channel than like anything.
Yeah.
Like this guy is amazing. Yeah. So yeah, check out Ahoy on YouTube. This guy's a fucking legend. He's been doing videos on YouTube since like the early 2010s. He used to make like COD videos where he would talk about like weapons and like do
Yeah.
like weapon and class guides and stuff like that. That's how I found him originally. But once I stopped playing COD, I just kind of ignored it for a long time. And then I came back a few years ago and I saw these amazing video game documentaries and I love them.
Oh, I'm definitely fucking interested. I mean,
Please watch these,
did
Zach.
you?
Like I cannot
So,
recommend these
so you
enough.
didn't play the game. You just watched these videos.
Yes, but
Okay.
yeah. Hmm.
I'm definitely gonna check it out
Yeah.
then. I'm
Like
interested in the game.
I'm just
It's
gonna hype this guy up a little bit more. Some of my favorite videos from him. He has an entire documentary about explosive barrels and their origins in gaming, which is fucking crazy. It's
oh, it's
20
that
minutes.
guy. I think I saw that.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it, but like I saw it like
yeah,
browsing. I was like,
hmm,
that's interesting.
yeah. He has a 50-minute documentary on the history of Doom.
Ooh.
What's another one that I like? The origins of open world gaming, and then he also has another little thing that he does where he talks about um, like firearms in real life. So like he'll have little documentaries with these amazing animations about like popular firearms and like how they relate into the gaming world and stuff like that. It's very very cool channel. I would recommend it completely.
Okay. Definitely gonna check those videos out afterwards. Definitely this week. you're hyping it up so
Yes.
much, I gotta do it. This thing is only there's Return to Monkey Island's only coming out on like Switch and the PC, so I might get it on Switch to be honest.
Yeah.
We'll see though. We'll see how I'm feeling September 19th. Next game, a wild game I never thought would ever happen. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. It is a horror survival, like a multiplayer horror survival game, like Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th, the game. I think that the director of Friday the 13th, the game, is doing this.
Oh, I see.
Did you ever watch that movie?
No, but I've
I
heard about
did.
it. It's kind of one of those like uh
I
stereotypical 80s horrors, right?
Yeah, I watched it with my cousin. It was in Florida. And I remember like it was on Netflix too. I remember popping up. I click on it. I'm like, those clowns look so fucking funny. And like I watched it with him. We laughed so as that is one of the times I can remember I laughed so hard. Like the clown design is so hilarious and so comical that like I was never scared that whole time. Like I love this movie because it's just fucking hilarious, dude.
That's
It
pretty
looks so
funny.
stupid. Like if I was high and I watched that again, I would laugh the exact same. Like exact like as hard as I could. And the other movie I remember watching that was like I watched it for the first time. Like this is peak comedy. Was Scary Movie 1.
Oh yeah.
From like a minute, like second one to the end, like this is the most hilarious movie I've ever seen. Oh my
Yeah.
god! But dude, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Um, if it's cross-platform, I'll play this with like Dito because he likes Friday the 13th the
Yeah.
game. But like,
That's
you
funny.
gotta play this with a group of friends to be honest, because like you just don't play this
Right.
unless you're really into Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Oh my
That's pretty
god.
funny.
Okay, next one. High on Life. I'm super excited for this game. It is a first-person shooter where the guns and the other weapons talk, and it comes and like like if you're seeing this trailer right now, the knife is like
Yeah.
British or some shit. It's like, let me out of my fucking cut its asshole open. I'm gonna play this game. It's so funny. It got delayed to December 13th. I think it was originally coming like October or something. That sucks, but good game. It's gonna be take your time, man. Don't fuck this up. That looks hilarious, and it's from if it looks like Rick and Morty, and I think that's intentional because someone from that I don't know if it's a director or something. The gun sounds like fucking Morty.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, it says it's from the creators first person. Yeah, it's from them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh Rick and Morty. Yep.
Yep.
Definitely buying this. I want to have Game Pass that day. It's coming to Game Pass, I think. No, no. It's a console exclusive to Xbox.
Okay. Oh,
I,
that's cool.
I don't think. I think it's. I don't think. I think it's staying on Xbox. I don't think it can go to other platforms, but I could be wrong. Besides PC and Xbox, I think it's going nowhere else. Check that game out. I'm gonna fucking buy that. It looks hilarious. Moving Out 2, the sequel to the first game. I
This
saw
game looks
this.
so
I saw
weird.
this, and I was like, could be fun with friends. Not for me though.
Yeah, it looks super weird. It's like a little top-down puzzly game, but the premise is that you're trying to move your stuff out of your house,
Yep.
which is kind of a silly idea, but like it looks kind of dumb. Yeah.
Moving on. I really have nothing to say about that game. It's weird. The Lords of the Fallen. It's a follow up to 2014's Lords of the Fallen, and it's
I was
coming.
just gonna say that. Is that
Yeah,
related?
yeah, it is related, and they dropped the two and put the in front of it.
That's what they should do for the next COD. They should just do the Call of Duty.
I think this is supposed to be a reboot and not like a sequel. It's a
What the
follow up, but
fuck?
I don't think it's a direct
Okay.
sequel.
Wonder how you can do a reboot for something that didn't even come out 10 years ago.
No.
That's funny.
Uh, I mean, it's supposed to have Souls-like elements also. Something with a lantern supposed to be integral to the game. Maybe it's a CG trailer, so we couldn't really see much from it.
Yeah. I don't know. All
It's
I remember is when Eli made
Eli.
that
Yep.
video. Yeah. So our friend Eli made a video where he played Lords of the original Lords of the Fallen from 2014, and he like on the title he said, "This is official Dark Souls 3 gameplay," and Dark Souls 3 was a game coming out
2015,
like
I
the year
believe.
after.
Oh wait,
Yeah, it was
2016?
2017.
What? No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was
pretty
2017.
sure.
Was it? No, I think it was 2016.
Well, either way, so it was before Dark Souls 3 came out. And he wrote Dark Souls 3 gameplay exclusive content, and then he got a bunch of hate comments because it wasn't actually Dark Souls 3 gameplay.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I
But
was
it
reading the
looks like it,
comments.
so that's why, yeah, everyone was being so funny. That made me laugh.
Oh my god. Yeah. I know no one who's a fan of Lords of the Fallen. So
I don't
maybe they
either.
make this game better, but I am not checking
Maybe
this out.
the will make it a lot better. The Lords of the Fallen.
Like how in SpongeBob that one episode where he writes just the, it's like a
Yeah,
very good the, maybe like improves the game, you know.
if it's like a really fancy cursive,
The. It's like small
the
too. The Lords and Fallen are
yeah,
like heavily capitalized, but the
yeah,
of the, there's the twice in that title. I just realized that.
yeah.
Stupid. Stupid
Too
fucking
much,
title.
too much the.
All right, next one, Stranded Alien Dawn. Surviving Mars developer was, how do you say that? Hein
Heimamont.
Heinemann's Games showed off Stranded Alien Dawn, the planet survival simulator. Coming, oh, it's a PC game. Doesn't really apply to me. So if you like
Same.
that, check it out. Survival simulator, PC.
Yeah. Looks kind of like Ark Survival, but like
Oh,
not.
really?
You know what I mean? See
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. Now I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Next, we got Under the Waves. It is Parallel Studios and Quantic Dream's next game. Under the Waves coming out 2023. I think Quantic Dream makes those Detroit Become Human style games. You know?
Okay.
So that's a sense for what it could be. Maybe, I don't know. We really don't know. It
It,
was a CG
it
trailer.
kind of looks like it looks more like a story-based Subnautica, a little more serious
Hmm.
vibe.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. All right, moving on. Sonic Frontiers coming out November 8th on Switch, PS5, PS4, PC, Xbox, all the platforms. Um, this actually looks like a decent modern Sonic game, low
Yeah,
key.
those are hard to come by because they keep fucking them up.
They keep sucking.
Yeah,
It, it's the open world too. I was like, I wonder how you make an open world Sonic game.
you
Really
just go from one
interesting.
end of the world in like 2 seconds because you're fast as fuck.
Apparently, man, like the combat actually looked pretty good. So we'll see November
Interesting.
8th if it shits bricks or not. You interested?
Huh. Probably not.
Yeah, nah, me neither. Was never really a Sonic guy, to be honest.
Nah,
I remember playing the
I like
collection.
playing. I like playing some of the Sonic games when I was younger, but not anymore.
Yeah, I remember playing one of the like the Mega Collection or whatever on the PS2.
Uh,
I don't think I ever got past the first game because I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It's just one of those games that we had. I don't know how we got it. I never
yeah,
asked to buy it, but
I know the same vibe. They just kind of
it appeared.
appear.
It's like
Yeah.
how actually I don't know. I do know how we got GTA 4. It's my dad buying a PS3 pre-owned and just came with it. But
Okay.
like my other PS2 games, I don't know. I don't know if he bought them or not. He probably did.
Yeah.
He's just like, give me some games a 5-year-old would like.
Yeah. Give me
And they're
some.
and they're
What's
like
he gonna play? Yeah.
Sonic.
Sonic.
All right. Next one, Atlas Fallen. Focus Entertainment and Deck 13 Interactive announced its new action fantasy role playing game, Atlas Fallen. It's described as having a semi open world full of ancient mysteries and threats. I think this is also a CG trailer. We know nothing.
Yeah, there's not much we can get out of it. It looks very pretty. I kind of get like it feels kind of like a Destiny vibe, but like older days, like medieval days. There's like some magic guy with like
Oh,
he's
there
like,
is gameplay actually at the end.
oh, is there? Let's see.
Yeah, it kind of like Monster Hunter
Oh
Destiny?
yeah, Monster Hunter Destiny, or like What's that one? The free to play Warframe.
Warframe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I get from this.
Huh.
Well, if it's anything like Warframe, I'm not gonna play it. But if it's not anything like Warframe, then it might be cool. Um, kind of, yeah. I'm getting the Monster Hunter. I'm feeling that for sure.
It looks
Yeah,
interesting. I think I'll check it out. See the reviews
looks
for it
cool.
whenever it comes out in 2023. Stacked year for gaming. Absolutely unbelievable.
Indeed.
All right, next one, Outlast Trials. Developer Red Barrel showed off a new look of Outlast Trials. It's the next game in the Outlast franchise, and for the first time, multiplayer. I did not know about that.
Hell yeah. I love Outlast. Outlast is my favorite horror game ever. I love it so much that at one point I attempted to speedrun it and I did it several times and it was very
Wow,
fun.
really?
Yes. Yeah. Cause like after I beat it, I was like, damn, I want to do that again, but see if I can do it really fucking fast. So I would just like run through it as quick as I could because I knew like all the little tricks and shit, you know?
Yeah,
So yeah, no, I really like Outlast. It's cool. This trailer looks fucking sick. Like there's a lot of cool like shit going on. There's like some. It's feeling. It feels. It gives like a gives Bioshock a little bit. A little bit.
a little bit. Okay, I
Yeah, like there's some like gas masks and like some like people in some like old timey makeup and shit. So I'm feeling the Bioshock a little bit.
back to like the Callisto Protocol. I cannot finish a horror game for the life of me, dude. I legit get like too scared, or like
Oh
I just don't know
really?
what to do because I'm just scared. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. I remember playing this. Ishan will remember if he listens to this. It was at Caden's house and we were playing Outlast. I was like, fuck, 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 fuck. I couldn't get out of like the beginning. We go into the basement to fix like the generator. That scared the fucking shit out of me. I was like, nah,
Oh
dude,
dude,
nah, I can't do it.
it's a rush. And then when you try to speed run a really scary horror game like this, it's so fun. It's such a great time.
I wish I had the skill to do that. Fuck, man. All right,
So fun. Yeah, this looks cool.
Moonbreaker.
Like, this might
Oh,
be
sorry.
something I
Yeah,
consider, especially because Outlast games are normally a little bit cheaper. They're like 20, 30.
this is a multiplayer game, so I
Yeah,
think it's gonna. Is it a survival multiplayer game?
it looks like it. Yeah.
Hmm. Coming out. Oh, a closed beta is scheduled for this year, so hop on that, Eddie. Hop on it.
Oh yeah. I'll play that with my girlfriend.
Oh fuck yeah!
That'll be fun.
All right, Moonbreaker, the next game. Unknown Worlds, which made Subnautica, announced Moonbreaker. It is Hearthstone meets XCOM. It's literally a miniatures game. Like
Um,
you you
yeah, you're right.
you can even you can paint. I remember seeing this one. There's a whole system where you can literally paint the miniatures you use. There's a whole painting system.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, wow,
That's
holy shit. You can really okay.
you go like, dude, you like miniatures, bro? This game is fucking for you, man.
Yeah, damn. Holy fuck, dude. Oh, wow. I'm seeing this and yeah, you can really get deep into the customization. That's awesome.
Dude, Henry
I think this
Cavill is losing his mind
yeah,
right now with this game.
facts, dude. Jeez. Yeah, this might build a really big following.
I
It's not
think it
really for
could.
me, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um I saw those miniatures and I'm like, if the miniatures didn't just stand there and like if there's an actual animation with it, but no, it just stands there and like
Just kind of do it.
has some like particle effects when you make an attack, and like that's it. If it did more, I'd be more interested in this.
Right. Hmm.
I don't think this is coming to console either. I think it's a PC game.
Yeah, it feels like PC.
Interested in that? Like miniatures? I like Star Wars
Nah,
miniatures.
I think it's cool, but not for me.
I still have my Star Wars miniatures. I remember you guys coming over here and I asked, and then you guys like, no.
I think they're cool, but like they're not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it takes like an hour to play one of those miniatures games.
Yeah.
All right, Homeworld 3. I don't know what fucking Homeworld is, to be
I don't
honest.
know either, but it's Gearbox, and I generally don't trust them unless it's Borderlands.
What is this? Is this like a this is an
it looks like a
RTS?
it looks like a space combat game. I think it's an RTS. Yeah,
Oh, it is an
like a
RTS. It's
fleet manager.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah. So it's like a space fleet combat flight manager kind of game.
Yeah, I'm not in the PC community, so I don't know if this is like big or not, but there you go. Homeworld 3, man.
I've never heard of it, so who knows, man? It might
Who
be
fucking
cool. Not
knows?
for me.
Yeah. Um, Next one, The Expanse, a Telltale series. Is this an actual Telltale game or is this No, this
I
is not a Telltale game. This is something different.
don't know. It might
Next,
be
is it?
a Telltale series. Hold on, let's look. Um,
I think they're reinventing the formula, but this is still Telltale.
yeah, it looks like it's yeah. No, it has like the same yeah. Other games by this developer, Life is Strange and shit. Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay, so
yeah,
okay.
it's the same people. It looks a little like they're bringing a little bit more fluidity and movement to it. It's not so like we've all played the Telltale Walking Dead games. They're
Very
very
slow,
slow.
very narrow
Yeah,
driven.
very talky. Um, Not to say that the Telltale games don't do a good job because they do very well stories, very good with stories. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I don't know how the fuck to say this name. The next one, Dofromantic.
uh, Dorf from Dorf Romantic. Let's say that. Yeah,
Okay, it's a strategy game and it's coming only to the Switch. Wow.
there's no video.
Oh.
Um,
Is it
it
on
looks
YouTube?
it looks possibly like a city manager.
But it says it's a strategy game, like Civilization, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, that
That's what I
sounds
think.
possible.
I'm thinking it is like that, but it has like hex, not hex, a hexagon. No, no, that's right. Hexagon like tiles. It's like a tile based weird.
Yeah,
Um,
like tiles. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Coming to Switch. Well, I need to see more on it to be honest.
Yeah. Who knows?
All right, and I think this is the last video game announcement. Scars Above, the science
Yes.
fiction action game from Prime Matter and Madhead Studios. Let's see what this looks like. 'Cause I don't
It's
remember seeing
feeling
this.
very Destiny-y, especially because literally in the trailer it talks about the darkness.
Yes.
Body in the darkness.
Okay, so it looks like a third person over the shoulder shooter.
Yeah, and it's gonna
Dodging.
have like some deep space alien enemy. Feeling very Destiny-y on this.
Very seems like a lot of a lot of space games coming out now.
Uh-huh.
Right? I mean, it looks interesting. I want to see some more on
That
it.
might be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then we'll have there was many times during these showcases they'll announce like other stuff. And the first one is a DualSense Edge. It is PlayStation's answer to the Elite controller from Xbox. It's adjustable, customizable, wireless, trigger stops, different different thumbsticks you can change out, back buttons.
Yep.
Um if you're a pro COD player, there you go, man.
Yeah, there you go. If you're on that hardcore shit, go for it, bro.
How much do you
It's
think
probably
they
like
charge for
two.
this?
I'm gonna guess 250, maybe 200.
Ooh, that's huge steep. I think they go
Isn't
one.
the Elite control like $180?
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. That's
Hold on,
insane, dude. And
let me
those
see.
still break. Those Elite controllers still like break
Oh
on
yeah,
you very
yeah,
very
dude.
easily.
Here's one. The Elite the Elite Black Series 2 wireless control is $180. So I'm gonna guess at least
Yikes.
150, maybe
For a
200.
controller, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, but
That's a Switch Lite right there with tax and everything.
literally,
Oh my
that's a whole
god.
console for a fucking controller, just for it to get all sweaty and gross looking.
Yeah, I remember paying my dad like buying me a Scuff controller, and it worked for a couple months, and then it fucking shit. And what the shit? It was based off of the original Xbox One, so like they modified an Xbox One controller, not like the
Right.
later iterations of the Xbox, One X controller. So it was
Yeah,
poor build quality.
I had a 360 scuff controller, and I have nothing but compliments for that. That was amazing.
Really.
I made DJ so fucking angry with that thing. I love that controller. I used to just murder people on Black Ops 2 with that scuff controller. God damn.
You freaking
I
MLG
was a drop
pro.
shotting menace,
Oh
bro.
my god.
Menace.
Okay. I'm not buying that.
I'm not either.
Imagine buying that and still get shit on by like a regular
Yeah,
controller guy.
imagine buying it and still being bad.
Oh my god. I actually ran out of gameplay footage.
Shit.
We've been on for so long. If you're watching the video, I ran. I didn't think it was gonna be this long. Fuck.
Just should you just replay it? Just make it go again.
I'm gonna replay part 3 because like of this gameplay because the other one was very shitty looking. Oh shit, no, it's still very blurry. Oh god, moving
It's
on.
the blur.
I'm gonna do this one. All right,
There you go.
next one up is Hideo Kojima's podcast. He announced a fucking podcast at a game showcase.
That's kind of cool. That really, to me, that shows the validity of podcasts. Check out the Pen and
Oh
Podcast.
yeah, yeah.
That I mean, all this tells me is that podcasting is becoming one of the most relevant media sharing platforms in the world. I believe that, at least for our generation, I think podcasting is more prevalent than standard television.
Yep.
Not Netflix, but standard television.
Standard cable. I don't know how cable companies still living, bro.
Yeah. I would say standard television and traditional AM FM radio. I think podcasting has destroyed both of those. I think
Oh,
they're gone.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What Netflix did, the blockbuster, is what podcasts are
Yeah.
doing to
Podcasting is destroying radio. Like, especially talk radio. Nobody fucking listens to talk radio anymore.
nobody,
No way.
nobody.
Yeah.
Not unless you're totally disconnected from like the internet.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
But apparently, this podcast is supposed to be how like his creative. He's like just talks about his like process and like making games. He'll talk about movies, stuff that he likes, and how like his design process and stuff is. I think I'll check it out, to be honest. It looks pretty interesting.
Could be cool. I don't know. I'm always interested to see, because like, he's a very well respected creative. You could call him one of the most influential artists in the gaming realm of,
Oh, absolutely.
God, what, the last 30 years.
Metal
He's
Gear
a
Solid is
Yeah,
insanely good.
yeah, he's a very talented abstract story writer. So I think he is an interesting brain to understand.
Yeah, check it out. The last announcement that was non-gaming at opening night live
Oh
was a
my God.
Pokemon car. Mini of Mini Cooper fame created a concept Pokemon car. It's called the Ace Man, and it's electric, just like Pikachu.
Hell yeah, that's fucking cool. Um, do we know how much it costs?
No, I think they just like They're just announcing it. They weren't announcing like a price or anything. Just like, hey, we're making this car. Be
Damn,
excited,
dude.
gamers.
My girlfriend and I were just talking about Mini Coopers the other day because she has like a vendetta against smart cars. So I asked her if she hated Mini Coopers too. So,
Yeah.
but she said she likes them. So maybe I'll tell her about the Mini Cooper Pokemon vehicle and she'll
Oh,
buy that.
oh God. That's not coming out for like a year or something, I bet.
Done deal. Maddie, you're getting the Pokemon car.
That is all the announcements that were at opening night live. Now we get into our second big news story after 2 hours in. Two and a
Holy
half
shit,
out.
dude.
This
I
is
forgot we had another topic.
this we have after this one is a couple more after too, which will be
God
relatively
damn.
quick, but let's go. Longest
Yes,
podcast we've had.
yeah.
All right, so in breaking news, the PlayStation 5 is getting a price increase in Europe, Canada, Mexico, Asia, and Australia amid a crazy inflation time. The PlayStation 5, IGN writes, is about to get more expensive in most major markets. And Sony says you can blame continued inflation and other global economic troubles. That's fucking crazy, dude. Go fuck yourself, Sony. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is outrageous. Zach requested me to do a little bit of extra research on this with my background as a business major
Yes, I did
in
recruit
college.
him.
So while I don't really like my major choice, I am slightly interested in it. So I'd like to talk about economics a little bit. Um, so essentially, what we're looking at here. So PlayStation's reasoning. If I go into this IGN article here, on the PlayStation blog, they stated. The global economic environment is a challenge that many of you around the world are no doubt experiencing. We are seeing high global inflation rates as well as adverse currency trends impacting consumers and creating pressure on many industries. Okay, so that was from the PlayStation blog.
Yeah.
However, so it sounds fun and fine and dandy. They're the economy is being inflated and it's impacting our industry. They regret to remember that that inflation also impacts their customers, and if they increase the price of the PlayStation, nobody's going to be able to fucking buy one.
Yeah.
So I have some numericals for our listeners. Speaking of the United States first, so our inflation rate is sitting somewhere between 8.5% and 9%. This is some of the highest it's been since the early 80s, which is like fucking outrageous. Like we're dealing with some major price fluctuation right now. And for
Yeah.
those of you who don't understand what inflation is, I'll just simply explain it. It's essentially when the supply of money is growing and growing and growing, and the more money there is in the market, the less value the money has. So, to put it in a simpler example, if you are stranded on an island and you have 10 bananas, or you're going to starve, those 10 bananas are worth a lot. If you're stranded on that same island and you have 10 million bananas, one banana is not that worth isn't worth that much, because
Nope.
if you lose one of the 10 million bananas, it's not a huge deal. But if you lose one of your 10 bananas, that's a fucking huge deal.
Oh
So
god, yeah.
yeah, if you have a whole bunch of money in the market, it has less value. That's essentially what's happening.
Okay.
Um, so that's why prices are going up, because the value of the dollar is lower. So 8.5% to 9% in the United States. That's why milk is like fucking horrifically expensive, and gas is like stupid, and cars cost a lot of money, and everything eating out costs a lot of money, and blah blah blah. That's why everything is horrible right now. Globally, we will look at this globally as well. So for I got this information from the International Monetary Fund. So globally for advanced economies, so advanced economies, I would classify them as fully industrialized, to, in the technology industry, and they're not really like majority currently industrializing or majority still like a subsistence farming society.
Mm-hmm.
So advanced economies would be United States, Russia, United Kingdom, France, Germany, China, Japan, South Korea, stuff like that. So inflation rate for them on average is 6.6%. And for emergent economies, these are going to be economies that are still industrializing or have yet to start industrializing. That would be a lot of countries in Africa, some smaller island countries in the Pacific, stuff like that. Um, their inflation rate is reaching near 10%, and they're getting to 9.5%. So prices are going up everywhere. The value of money is dropping, and everyone is suffering because of it. Your wages are not going up at the same rate as inflation, so things will keep getting more expensive. Eventually, they'll get so expensive you can't afford to buy anything, and then that's when the economy takes a little bit of a dip, and then we recover. That's just the cycle of how economics works.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened before, it'll happen again. So, reason why this matters to PlayStation. Um, so, obviously, in order for them to retain their current amount of money making, the current amount that their employees make, and also the current number of jobs within PlayStation, they will have to increase their prices because otherwise their expenses will outweigh their sales and they will have to either lower salaries, fire people, or reduce expenses. And nobody likes to reduce expenses or spend less. So they're probably going to end up firing people or paying them less. Um, that's just
Okay.
how it goes. So I do understand why Sony is doing this. Um, do I want them to do this? No, because it is going to continuously hurt their consumer. And the consumer is people like me and Zach and you listening. We are generally middle class. We don't make that much money. Some of us are younger. We're in school. We have a lot of debt. It's not very fun to pay a lot of stuff for video games. So it's not so nice on the consumer end, but it is a necessary consequence of economic strife. Prices do go up. Um, yeah. Do you have any comments or questions, Zach? I kind of went on a huge ramble.
No, that's good because I asked him to do this because I know he had business background and like at a time like this, why would they do that? Like that's crazy. Like you generally make when you're making in a video game console market, you make consoles at a loss. You recuperate the cost with software with the video games. And they still have subscription based services to make the money too, so it still baffles me that people still can't get their hands on a PlayStation 5 because of production issues, and now they increase the price of said PS5. It just baffles me why they would do this. And like this
Yeah,
leaves a great opportunity for fucking like Xbox and Nintendo, which we'll go into after.
exactly.
Actually, well, we
Yes.
can do it right now. Like
Yeah.
VGC asked Microsoft, like, "Hey, you guys, you guys gonna do it?" And they're like, "No, we're not increasing the price of the Xbox." You think they would? Their main money maker is not selling Xbox consoles. It is the Game Pass. Game Pass makes
Exactly.
so much money, bro. And they're gonna keep
Yep.
adding more and adding more. I don't know how it's
Yep.
profitable, but that's what they're
Yeah.
doing.
I
Switch isn't
question that as
increasing
well.
either. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure. Like that's
I
crazy how they
wonder how they
can.
make money off of it. I really do.
Yeah, you know what I think it is how
Uh,
like you'll try a game, right? And then it comes off the service like, well, shit, I really like that game. Well, I'm gonna go buy
right.
it now because I
Yeah.
can't play it anymore on the Game Pass. Like it
Right.
I think Game Pass is a whole ass ad.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, that's fair. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Xbox, like from our previous article, Xbox takes royalties from all of their sales as well. I don't know if it's 30%, but they definitely take some of it. Um, so every time there's a purchase on the Xbox store, whether it's a game, movie, or whatever, they're gonna make money off of that as well. So
Hmm. Yeah. So it's a huge. It makes no sense to me why PlayStation would fucking do this. It's like we're talking from a place of privilege right now, because for some
Oh,
reason, you
absolutely.
know why they didn't do it in the United States? Because they could, the backlash would be insane. They could do it in
Yes.
other places, 'cause they can get away with it. They'll
Yeah.
get away with it.
So speaking on that, um, so I'll kind of talk about the how much the prices were raised. So I'll start first with Canada being the lowest. So Canada, the price hike. This is based on the version of the PlayStation 5 that has the disk drive, so the more expensive one.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a 3% price increase in Canada. Now, as to what Zach was saying, there was no price increase in the United States. And that is because PlayStation knows very damn well that their highest, most profitable market is here. They have more consoles bought here than anywhere else in the world.
Yep.
And we have a more flourishing and explosive economy to operate in than any other economy in the world. You could talk about China, but generally the population in China is a little bit less well off than we are, so they're less likely to buy stuff like that. Um, so, in terms of why the 3% for Canada matters, I assume that the price increase in Canada was the lowest because of the market similarities in Canada. So,
Hmm.
the average person in Canada is going to have a very similar life to the average person in America. Obviously, they have a little bit of a different governmental structure, social structure. They have different laws, but in general, Canada, the United States, we're pretty similar in terms of how we operate, just how like most countries in Europe are pretty similar, like France, Germany, Poland, they're all going to kind of operate similarly. Um, but basically, Sony is just looking at their high dollar markets and their similarity to the United States and judging their price increase based on how much it will affect their sales. So
Okay.
um, they obviously didn't want to piss off American customers, so they did not increase the prices. And Canada was right there in second place because we have a similar market to them. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. Oh, so
so
they even increased the price in Japan, which is where Sony operates from. That's crazy, bro.
and the craziest part about Japan is they raised the price in Japan the highest in comparison to all other markets. So Japan
What?
and China faced a 10% price increase.
My God, dude, they got some big balls. They know they're.
Seriously.
Oh my God. And a VGC article writes, analyst predicts PS5 price will have minimal impact on sales.
That's correct.
What?
Yep. So the reason I believe that is so the demand for this piece of plastic is so high. You remember when this came out and people were selling it on eBay for $800,000,
Oh
$900,000?
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
reason people bought that because the demand is literally infinite. It's not infinite, but it is so horrifically high. 10% is a digestible amount to the average person. So they will continue to buy it because they've wanted it for so long. And if they can finally get one, they're
Yeah.
going to buy it. It's going to happen. And Sony knows they can take advantage of that. They know damn well because I know how those big guys in business work. They know what they can take advantage of.
And all it takes is, that one game that you're looking forward to, like Spider-Man 2.
Yep,
You're like, oh shit, dude, Spider-Man 2 looks fucking sick. But
exactly.
and that price, that they're gonna forget about this. People are gonna forget about this. That they increase the price, it's gonna go away. All it takes is a Spider-Man 2, a Final Fantasy 16 to be like, you know what? They got me. I'm paying it. I'm paying it. Doesn't matter. Insane, dude.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. So China and Japan 10%, Australia and Mexico 7% increase. Um, and then I believe there was one in the U. Oh yeah, 7% in the UK as well. So yeah, I kind of see the way they did that. So Canada being the most similar, and then Mexico, Australia, UK being the second most similar markets to us, and then China and Japan being a little bit more different.
Hmm.
Even though Japan I would consider very Americanized ever since World War II, just because of how much influence we've had on their economics.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So yeah, like I said before, Nintendo's not increasing the price of the Switch. I still can't
yeah,
believe they're selling that for like $300 still. That's crazy.
yeah. That's fantastic because I think there's a certain point where we can all be realistic. We don't need to be selling these products for this much. It's really just to retain salaries, retain current operating order of the company, and also to please the shareholders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, they could still be profitable selling at a lower price, but company salaries would reduce. They'd have to let some people go. The shareholders would be very upset. So while yes, we can say it's hapless greed and it's selfish, some of it isn't. It's just a balance. Some of it's greed. Some of it's actually like trying to retain employees and making sure
Yeah.
people have jobs. So it's good and it's bad.
Good and bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's unnecessary personally, because you have other major movers in the market, aka Xbox and Nintendo, not doing anything. Um, and
Bro.
I don't think we're going to see massive layoffs in either of those companies because they didn't increase their price by 7%. I think that's silly.
Yup. And dude, Xbox has a great opportunity to be like, yo, we didn't increase the price. Like their Series S $300 with
Yeah, dude,
Game Pass.
that's a goddamn steal.
It's a steal, and like I don't know how PlayStation is gonna. It's great. Like if you see, this PlayStation 5 just increased, right? And then on top of that, $70 games versus a $300 buy-in option with Xbox Game Pass. You get day one releases of big titles like Starfield and stuff. If I'm just coming into like the gaming market, like why would I buy a PS5, man? You got to have some good
Exactly.
exclusives for me to pay
Yeah,
that much. It's insane.
it's insane. Yeah. I don't see much viability. I honestly don't understand why the PS5 has outsold the Xbox so well. I don't get it. I really don't.
I know, loyal fans, bro. Loyal ass
It is
fans.
the blind Sony PlayStation fanboy bullshit.
It really is, cause like I don't know, man. I can see why the PS5 controller is pretty nice, and how like the dual sense, but other than that, I don't really see
That's not
much to
enough
it.
for me to buy.
It's not enough for a lot of people, and they'll see the
Yeah,
Switch or the Xbox and be like, this game's on there I can find. But that
absolutely.
brings an end to our longest episode yet. We raked in 2 hours and 40 minutes of this, so hopefully you guys enjoy our voices for nearly 3 hours.
So very long.
So very long. Any closing comments, Ed boy?
Um, I don't think so. I think this was a good episode. I like kind of talking about the more conceptual side of the market in certain ways. I think that was fun. Um, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. You can find me at Eddie Lee Lifts on Instagram. That's spelled EDDIELEELIFTS. Posting not so much daily fitness content anymore, just because school is very busy and life is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I post daily fit or let's see, hold on.
Ah,
I post fitness content. I post fitness
regularly.
content, exercise tutorials, workouts, motivational content, anything that you might want to get out of a fitness page that's going to be on there. If you're looking to be inspired for the gym, or if you have no idea what you're doing in the gym, go ahead and check my page out. You might find something interesting.
Check this guy out. He is on a journey, and it's exciting to see where it's going to take him.
Woo!
Me, on the other hand, I post dumb gaming content.
You
Like
post hilarious Among Us footage.
I saw that. I just people were doing. I see like I'll watch on TikTok, and people just like they post parts of stuff like stories. They'll read like Reddit stories, kind of lazy. It's not even your own content, but whatever. And I was like, I should just do that for my videos, like on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram. It's really easy to do, and so I'm gonna do that. After I get all parts of the Among Us video done, I'm gonna do the Monopoly Plus one. Oh, if I can find that video file, because I changed it where it's like it's in a vertical format, so it's easier to digest. But I saw some success on it. Like two of those clips on YouTube Shorts. One of them has like 500 views, the other one has 128, but then the rest have just zero. Nobody watched them. It's crazy how the algorithm works.
That's so funny, isn't it? It's so weird.
I post the same hashtags for each one in the same exact order. It's weird. But yeah, find me anywhere that you can search Pen and Pant in. You know, it's my persona now.
Yep. Pornhub, Pen and Pant.
Yes, actually, it is a no. Don't look me up on there, please.
Yep.
But this concludes. Hope you guys have a great day.
I know another
week.
place they can find you, Zach.
Well, where can they find me?
Everybody search Pen and Pant on the sex offender registry.
Cut the podcast right now.
Cut that shit off.
Cut it off. All right, we'll catch you guys later. Have a good week.